Well,
Here we
first
are.
of all, I'd like to say welcome, Raiders. How you doing? Just jumping on up in here. Let's talk about some fabulousness. First, welcome to Play Nerd Allies. We are a group of fabulous individuals who tell delightful stories. A bunch of us are like Alphabet Mafia, neurodivergent, all kinds of fun stuff. So, I would like to hear from Diraxis. What happened to you last week in our delightfulness?
I won the strength competition
You
and
did.
the speed competition.
You
Because
did.
I'm
What
just
were these competitions a part of?
they're part of an event that we later found out was a ritual. But I'll let someone else.
Does this event have a name?
It is called Shark Week.
Ooh, Shark
Yeah,
Week.
yeah.
Shark
Probably,
That's
Week.
probably should have mentioned
delightful.
that.
Yeah, there
Um,
is. So
yes,
for
I
those
punched a
who
boulder
are,
and I rocket skied.
yeah, it was great. And for those of you just joining us who did not see last week, Shark Week is a little different in the Feywild. Shark Week is a week when a coven of hags comes around and starts turning people into sharks. And you get to be a shark for a week.
As they
And
do. I mean,
it's what happens sometimes. And with that little nugget of delightfulness, let's say hello to some of our sponsors. First off, hey there, Phoenix Dice.
Phoenix
We
Dice.
love Phoenix Dice. We love them. You know why we love them? Because they make everything out of recycled materials. Because they love the world we live in just as much as all the worlds we play in. They're absolutely delightful. And you, by hitting !raffle, can in fact have Phoenix Dice today. Hit !raffle in the chat and you will be entered. And the fun thing about it is that it's not just a specific set of dice, it's any set of dice you want on their entire website. Any dice that you want, you can absolutely have. That is what we like to give you here at Play Nerd Allies. Now, hey, Rathan, what happened to you last week?
So like I was just kind of hanging out with some of the locals, getting to know some people, just mingling as one does at the bars. And it's a festival, right? So after all of that, I came back to find that my newfound party were a bit more merry than I thought. They were really into the festival, They were summoning the elemental, they were participating in all of the actual like ritual aspects of it. I'm really surprised. Mortals don't really do that on this plane, but here we are. Everyone likes to party a little bit harder than I thought. Rathan's down with that. And then at the end of that, actually my Pouncer, my little hellhound, became a shark. I'm excited for him.
That's right. You have a fire shark now instead of a hellhound.
Oh my god.
Got like piercings and a mohawk fin.
Yep.
Sick.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Its dorsal
Dude.
fin is on fire while it's above the water. Absolutely.
Amazing.
And then so the summoning happened, and I think it's a good time, but I'm not too sure because I think there's consequences. I guess we'll find out. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, we'll find out. We will find out soon enough.
We suspect there's consequences.
And let's mention a couple more sponsors. Hey D&D Beyond. Hey Hero Forge. We have got two fabulous affiliate codes. If you go down to the About section on our Twitch page that you are at currently, you can go hit those up. Guess what? Call of the Netherdeep just dropped today. If you still need to go get it and use our affiliate code, because then you'll be supporting our fabulous stream and we can keep the lights on over here, which is nice. There is also Hero Forge makes all the fabulous minis that you see behind our players today. So if you love a fabulous 3D mini, either in 2D or in real life, because you can have them painted and ship it to you too, absolutely do it. Use our affiliate code. We would love you for it. Very excited about that. And hey, Reginald, what were you up to last week?
Oh my god. I was having the most fun. I was seeing some freaking crazy magic happen. There was like a shimmering the whole time. I got to show off my skills because, I can hold my breath underwater and say an incantation. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was just a really fun time. And then on top of that, we summoned some giant elemental storm thing that, like, mind blown. It's just icing on the fantasy birthday cake. It's not even my birthday, but like it was awesome. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Dungeon Glitch, thank you so much for resubscribing. Hey, I feel like that's a fabulous segue to let everybody in chat know, you know what? We're not just playing for you, we are playing with you. That's right. However you would like to participate with the stream, whether that be channel points, which you get just for watching and for chatting, or if you want to throw some bits, if you'd like to sub, if you'd like to gift a sub to somebody else, all of these things have effects in the game, up to and including things like environmental effects that will change an entire combat, or the Wheel of Chaos that will give some fabulous bonus, random and ridiculous bonus to our players.
It's been pretty crazy so far. I'm really digging the Wheel of Chaos.
Yeah, I'm very much into it. If you'd like to know more about those, you can check out things like the donate button, where you can do all kinds of crazy stuff to change things. And let's throw it over to Karhani. Hey, Karhani, what were you up to last week?
Well, I don't really know. The last thing I remember was that we were underground, and I learned I got underground because the dragon that I was taking care of, that was kind of my ward, was trying to like get it in, but then he found out that his partner, died by the hands.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's no polite way of putting this.
Yeah, no, you go for a booty call and you found out they're dead. Like that's not great.
Yeah. Yeah, so Karhani, I was having an extra too satisfying. We were underground. But that's the last thing I remember, was trying to get out of this space and trying to get. What happened while Amber was actually at a conference?
right. So Karhani, you did teleport to Briny Bridge with everyone else, and now there's all these fey creatures over here, so you get to see some of your friends, and you know Shark Week real well, because in the Feywild, it's such an event.
It's something everyone looks forward to every year. Who doesn't want to be a shark for a week? It's exciting. It's like an honor.
Yeah, and you were, hanging out with some of your friends over in town, and then you saw that Shark Week had really begun, which for people from the Feywild, they all know that Shark Week really starts once the summoning is done. Once you have summoned Leviathan, the Elder Water Elemental, who picks up all of the sharks and turns them into a Sharknado.
The party don't start till Leviathan, Levia walks thin.
Yeah, Levi?
Yeah.
Levi the Leviathan? Yeah,
Levi.
That sounds about right.
Levi.
Yeah, absolutely. It's delightful.
There's a human singer named Kesha that I was trying to make a vague reference to. It's fine.
Yeah. No, random ridiculous side story. The first Fringe show that I ever did in DC, I actually choreographed an entire song to Kesha, a whole hip-hop song, so that was fun.
Incredible.
Anyway, random ridiculous IRL thing. So now, Dungeon Glitch, you can choose any of the party members or the DM to give that legendary resistance to, and you will get it. And this goes for everybody else too. If you'd like to sub, if you would like to throw some bits, things like that, you can alter the way the game is played. They're going to be facing all kinds of craziness. So, anybody want to play some D&D? Wait, no, first, sorry. I do have to mention a couple more people. So, first of all, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. We're gonna get through this quick. All right, so bear with me. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a fabulous mobile game where you get to play, guess what? Champions of the Forgotten Realms. My personal favorite is Diraxis because it's got a fabulous hat. So, you should play Diraxis. And if you use the code that's on your screen right now, you can get an Electrum chest in-game, which has all kinds of fabulous rewards for you. So, go ahead and do that, and then click on Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms because they're fabulous. Now, let's move on to Souls Rose, who is a delightful creator who, in fact, will help you not only learn how to take time for yourself, but also how to maximize that time so that you actually get done the things that need to get done in your life. He will help you organize all kinds of thoughts about business or life, anything at all. And I went to him for an hour and sorted out about 2 years worth of craziness. So very useful. In addition, his website has fabulous things on it, like articles about burnout and ways to help not only you, but your whole community. So go head over to soulsrolls.com and say hi to him. Book a half-an-hour session with him. You'll feel better about everything. Next, Realm Warp Media. We love them. They are the publishers for the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming. Our very first adventure, which we created in February with a creator of color, is going to be coming out on the 24th of February.
Heck yeah.
That's right. If you want to support a creator of color and a foundation that supports creators of color and LGBTQ plus creators, definitely go get that as soon as it comes out and show the world that that is what you do. Finally, let us say hi to Gemmed Firefly, who is the merch store for the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming. If you want something fabulous, go hit up our merch store and get you a delightful t-shirt or a colorful mug. And just so you know, once we have actually published the first adventure in our series, which should be coming out once a week after that, we're going to start using art that is being created for that to create all kinds of fun new merch. So we're going to have all kinds of cool shit. So go and check that out.
Sounds awesome.
And now we will answer the question: does anybody want to play some D&D?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yay! We're gonna do it. So let us set the scene. Lando, do we have any music going?
You know what? I forgot to share it with you. Hold on one sec.
You need to share things. Sharing means caring, Lando.
Well,
It can be fun.
I don't care. So.
And my name's not Sharon.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Don't call me Shirley.
Airplane reference. Okay. Just.
Okay, do you feel like this is the appropriate music, Lando?
No.
For the situation that you're in?
This is
a gargantuan
we're all,
elemental.
We're all very sad.
That's right, Snowflake. Chat is ready for D&D.
Good. They better be.
They're ready. Thinking that it was all fun and games.
I still think it's fun.
You went and joined
Same.
all of the hags around the lake, breaking boulders, generating energy, casting incantations, all the while unaware that you were part of a giant ritual of hundreds of people, summoning the elder elemental Leviathan.
Yikes.
The sky glitters, for the hags have created a spell that brings the energies of the Feywild here into our world. Fey creatures today cannot die here. They're simply reborn over and over. What used to be a lake placid and delightful. Today, though, filled with sharks, some on fire, some blue and green striped, some polka dots, some with feathers, some with interesting red wigs. All colors and shapes. Floating around, swimming and nipping at each other. Now lifted high into the air by Leviathan as it spins itself into a joyous frenzy, not understanding the destruction it is about to wreak on the world at large. Leviathan has the ability to generate 250-foot tall tidal waves at whim. It could devastate every coastal city. Somehow, it must be stopped. But first and foremost, the entire fleet that has been collected to help in the effort to defeat the Lich Queen Kilnasi sits in the port. The destruction of these ships would be a mighty blow against the coalition that you are forming to help save the continent. Now, let's jump into some joyous music because everyone thinks this is a party.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's cool.
Around you, everybody is jumping and hooting and hollering as the Sharknado has just been released. Huzzah! Shark Week can officially begin now. You watch as fey creatures all around the lake suddenly start jumping and weaving. No one's really sure why they're doing this until suddenly you see one of them didn't quite duck and weave fast enough and immediately ended up in the mouth of a flying shark that was then pulled back into the Sharknado. You see the poor fey creature being eaten alive, and then watch just a moment later as it reforms as a new fey spirit, giggling and laughing, trying to identify the shark that just murdered it. That's my friend! That's Johnny! He's the one with the hat!
Good old-fashioned tomfoolery.
Tell me, what are you all gonna do? You have about 2 rounds before the Sharknado begins to leave the lake and head towards the ocean.
Reginald, a bit farther into his cups now, is just like gonna go up and like put his arm over Rathon and be like, "Man, why did you tell me you were gonna summon a giant storm element? This is awesome! Woo!
This is just how we do in the party in the
Sharks!
Fae. Hell yeah, dude. This guy gets it, man. This guy right here. This guy parties like Fae.
Yeah,
Go
man!
get this guy. Get this guy a drink right now.
Give me another one!
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's the good time. This is the good time, is what it is.
Also, I wanted to check and see if Reginald even knows about like the war going on with the Kilnasi.
That's a great
let me
question.
see. Oh, that's right, because you literally got caught up in Shark Week
Yeah,
and
that is
ended
it.
up. So you've been okay. So as they were, you would have really no idea, just
man.
no concept.
Fucking party, bro!
Crazy. Yo, take a watch. These guys are gonna they're gonna just keep going. Everyone's gonna keep jumping in and everything. And actually, for the first time, because no one used boats during Shark Week. Like that's stupid, right? Like in the Fae,
it's
even in the
pretty
Fae.
dumb.
Whack.
But the humans and the mortals, they're gonna do it. I wonder what's gonna happen. I just kind of it's kind of
Yes.
sick, yo.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. So you wonder what's gonna happen?
Yeah, I mean, no one puts a bow in shark.
No,
Shark Week. I thought you guys were putting the boats in general.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, if people go in there, they're not the Fae, which I didn't even know that was a thing. They're gonna die. What the fuck is wrong with everybody?
No, dude, not the Fae. The Fae don't die like that.
No,
man.
I get that. I mean, that's surprising and kind of disconcerting. But
Eh.
other people aren't. Those pirates that just got fucking misted by the sharks, they're not coming back. They're dead.
Oh, what party pooper,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
so like this is
You
not like a good
definitely-
place for this.
You definitely see there are now, like when the Fey creatures die, there's like not a whole lot of blood. There is,
Like
but
confetti.
you are now starting to see just like sort of spaces within this giant typhoon where there's like red streaks now, and they're becoming more common as the pirates realize what's going on. And now it's not just sort of partying that you're hearing, it's straight up like there's some people screaming. And you start to hear like alarm bells ringing in Briny Bridge in the town.
See, now they get it.
Oh, those
Thought
aren't sleigh bells?
you gotta
No,
introduce me to your friend,
it's
man.
the wrong
He looks
time of
really
year.
cool.
Sorry, say that
Those.
again.
You gotta introduce me to your friend, man. He's really cool. The big guy.
The big guy.
Maybe
Right.
he'll be friends with me too.
Oh wow.
Are you talking about
I would like-
Draxus?
No.
Everybody-
The
No,
giant
I'm
swirling
small.
storm thing.
Oh, that
Um,
thing. Oh, sorry.
So we're gonna need the first roll of the session now from everybody.
Okay, nope.
Wait, has Karhani rejoined the party?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You wanted
there.
up. You saw that the Sharknado was happening, so you just needed. You know Shark
Okay.
Week.
I was just gonna say like maybe I was gonna say Karhani actually probably has a screaming token that she's taken from somebody, and this is just what she does to start Sharknado time. Is she just
Yeah, absolutely.
unleashes that screaming token to
Mhm.
scare the normies.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But in the meantime, everybody is going to need to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
No.
Dexterity. Karhani, you do have a legendary save if you'd
Ooh.
like to use
Oh, nice.
This early?
Thank God.
it. Hey, I'm just trying to make sure you know all of your options. I'm not trying to get you to use all these things first. How dare you? How dare you question my integrity? I feel impugned right now, is what I feel.
Impudent.
I need to meet you in my office after this, Kyle.
Right, we do with HR. Like, HR needs to be present.
A
Okay.
jar of what?
That was the first thing. I was
Wow.
like, a jar? I was
A
like,
jar of what?
Yeah.
Wow,
Jar.
I was at
With the
an
jar.
HR conference all last week. It was an HR conference.
I see you. I hear your heartbeat. There's
So yeah, we all passed.
hey, Rathan,
we all
Rathan, you know this game. Like, you know Shark Week. Shark Week is great. You literally, like, a shark comes sort of flying out towards you. This one is like purple, but with orange polka dots. And its eyes are like bright gold. And you see it coming, and I want you to tell me how you play with it. Like, what's the game that you play during Sharknado?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so my game is I wait to see what the height is that they're spinning around at, and then I'll like lean back on my staff, and then they'll come up to me, and I'll just like drop the roots on it and go back down and come back up like a jack in the box, and just keep like just pulling it out as it comes around and keeps biting me.
So you jump on it, and it just jump out.
Yeah, just like lean up in front of it, and I just let my staff drop me because it turns into like roots, and then it just drops me and pushes me back as I'm like playing like a jack in a box. As I go back and I come back up, I'm like, ooh, can't catch me.
What? There's absolutely yes. Thank you for the follow, Warlock. There is yes. As you are doing this, because you know this very well, you will not have to make any more dexterity saves because of that crit. Like you know this game real well. Karhani, you also know this game real well. Like as you're like playing with your screaming token, like these sharks just sort of, oh nope, I'm good. You flit out of the way. Diraxis, I feel like is less sort of joyful about it and more sort of
Diraxis
panicked.
He is screaming and like running and like dive rolling and just be like he is in complete panic mode, but he's still able to somehow manage to dodge all these. Just what the fuck is going on? Oh,
Absolutely. So Reginald, unfortunately, did not, in fact,
Reginald?
make their save. Thank you for resubscribing, Mac. That is fabulous. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I love it. You make me very
Wait,
happy.
don't we still have
Very
a couple
happy
plus
indeed.
twos? I think we still have 3 plus 2s.
Yeah. Pull it together, please. There it is. I'm gonna need you to tell me about. Oh, okay. You have advantage. You can roll again. Thank you very much, Clunch, for helping out our delightful
Nice.
little
Coming in
our delightful little
clunch.
guy.
Coming in
Yeah, I was about to
clutch.
say.
I don't think it's gonna help, but here we go. It didn't
Pull it
help.
right out of me.
Let's see.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah,
Yucky,
no.
yucky.
Thank you. There's we'll take the first one. I'm going to need you to tell me the shark doesn't quite get you into its mouth, thankfully. But it definitely like just slaps you with its tail fin as it's coming around. I feel like you lost a little bit of hair to a very close bite, and they got
my hat
smacked in
fell
the
off.
face.
My glasses are kind of crooked now.
Absolutely they are. There's this is gonna keep happening over and over and over again until you can find a way to avoid this. What would you all like to do at this point? So it's flipping around, things are going crazy. There's thank you for the follow, Phantom. There's it is I'm going to need Reginald to roll me a D8, please.
Wow, just nice old high 7 roll.
You just took 7 damage.
Classic.
Yay!
Yay! You got smacked in the face with a shark fin and went a flying. You sure did.
I'm gonna turn to everyone.
I'm laying down, and I just put my cup up, and I'm like, sharks.
Can
There
I
is-
Can I give the help action to be like, you loser, and like pull him out of the way so that he stops taking damage?
You get,
Like to
so
fly in?
everyone. So this thing is huge. Like this typhoon is huge. Anybody that is within 100 feet of it is at risk of getting sharked.
Getting
so
sharked.
Yeah.
Okay, Rathon, having not often been this close to it, and actually having to need to do things, is gonna turn to everyone and be like, anyone want to go take a look inside? And I'm going to cast Water Walk on myself because we've established I can juke these sharks like it's nobody's business.
Oh my
And I'm going to start running on the outside of the spiraling thing and just try to get all the way to the top.
God. Okay, first off, I'm going to need a couple of rolls from you.
Sure.
The first one is going to be athletics, because it's not like this is just one like wall of water or a placid thing. This is an actual typhoon happening right now. So yeah, give me that sweet athletics check. Okay, with a
I
15.
I'm gonna spend an inspiration from the Wheel of Chaos. I've been waiting for this.
Oh, nice. Ooh.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Remember, inspirations can be used over and over again. They are not like if you get inspirations on the Wheel of Chaos, it's not like Advantage, where you can only have one. You can use like 8 of them if you want to.
I do want to. How did you
All
know?
right then. There we
18.
go. with
I'll
an
take the 18.
18.
Nice. Solid.
You've done this is like everyone watches and you suddenly hear from random places around this typhoon, world fawn, world fawn, as it's obvious that some people, like, this is not the first time you've done this. This is sort of a stunt that you've pulled before during Shark Week. And you see that there are actually several people seeing you do this. There's several people that are now trying to do the same thing. Right?
Oh shit.
There's now I'm going to need you, so your athletics section so you can get around the sharks.
All right.
Now I'm going to need, and tell me how you want to try to get up this thing. Are you running? Are you climbing? Are you using magic? What's happening here?
I'm using water walk to keep myself kind of like sliding upward on the side as it spins around. So I'm kind of like mounting on the side like the Spider-Man kind of pose, and I'm running only to keep myself on balance as it spins, and I want to ride it upwards in multiple goes. And as I'm going around and I notice people, I must be like, don't try this at home, kids.
And no one is listening as more and more people start clambering up, like trying to use the sharks as like stepping stones to like get up. So you see people like literally like grab the mouth of a shark and have the shark just like bite their hand off and they fall. You see people trying to grab the shark fins. You see just all kinds of mayhem happening.
When in shark room, I guess. We'll just keep running.
Since you are actually running up a typhoon, would anyone else like to help our little Rathan?
Can I just get up there myself, if that's a possibility?
Do you want to try?
Yeah, I mean, how far is like the core of the beast? How far is it for me?
So you could get started right now if you wanted.
You said I was within 100 feet of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How far am I to like the center of it, like where Rathan's trying to get?
So Rathan's trying to get to the top of it, not to the center of it. It is a full-on typhoon hunt, which means it is a funnel.
Okay.
Casual, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Your
how far though? I still have the question.
It's a ways. It's probably about 200 feet tall right now. Okay. 200 to 250 feet tall. And the winds expand out 100 feet.
Okay, I'll blink.
Okay. Blink just, you roll at the end of each of your rounds, you roll a die to see whether or not.
Dimension door.
Dimension door. All right.
This 500 feet.
Yeah, so I'll just like, oh man, Rathan, wait for me, and I'll just put up like a fog of war like you see in like Souls games, and I'll just walk through it, and then I just appear through another fog of war at the top of the.
I love that you're bringing in because you've been playing Elden Ring.
Yes. Yes.
The fog door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reginald, all of Reginald's previous stuff is now just out the window.
Yeah.
It's now just straight up.
He's an Elden Ring character.
Oh no, it's fog. Okay. Come on.
I don't really know how I feel about that for character continuity, for story integrity. I feel like maybe
some of my magic comes from storm, some of it comes from Listen,
From
it's
Elden
fine.
Ring?
It's fine.
Yes.
Elden Ring
My
is
name is
okay.
Reginald Tarnished One.
All right.
Alexander.
All right. I'm going to have a
I
conversation
have a
with
maiden.
Lando, who's also playing Elden Ring, and I'm going to create a big bad that's going to kill all of you just because.
Wait, I've never
It's-
played a Souls game. Can I be saved from this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Amber, you and I
I
are
fucking
gonna
hate
watch.
Souls games. Save me.
Kyle and I are the only valid ones now. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. You're all done.
I
You're
don't
all
need to be
done.
valid. I just need Elden Ring.
I hope you feel shame. I hope you feel shame forever. Now,
Oh my gosh.
where are you going to blink?
Just right on top of it. Right on top of it.
Right on top of the funnel.
Yeah.
Okay. Karhani, are you going to do anything to help your friends or play with your friends?
Yeah, I'm interested in actually like picking up Duraxis like from behind and like lifting him up to the funnel and you know help him experience.
I
the
mean, we
true...
did establish that he has little bird bones before.
Hey,
just
bird bone.
Bird bone. He weighs like 35 pounds, so we went. Not
It's
quite
It's the
that
only
much.
way it's the only way a fairy can actually lift anybody larger
Yeah.
than herself. So
Yeah,
she's gonna be
absolutely.
like, all right, Dury, let's go on in. It's time.
Okay, and Duraxis is gonna like, as Rathon is moving up, he's gonna like shape water like these steps that come out of the thing, so it makes it a little easier for him. He's like,
I
Shark.
love it.
Hell
Wait,
yeah.
is Shape Water a leveled spell or is that a
it's a cantrip.
A cantrip, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so all right. So currently, we have one person bouncing up the sharks and running up the outside of the funnel. We have one person very casually walking up the stairs, being carried by a fairy up the funnel, and one person just appears at the top of the funnel.
Sharknado
Okay.
Cannonball!
So the only one that does not need to roll saves is Rathon, but I am going to need a Constitution saving throw to see if you are exhausted, because this is not easy running up sharks and the side of a typhoon.
Mm.
Well,
Oh, sorry, I was talking to my husband.
I'm going to use another one of my inspiration.
Ooh,
I got 2 more
fabulous.
left.
Oh, damn.
beefy.
Constitution. You got it. So I'm going to say that you managed to get all the way to the top of the funnel, and up here, like, it's sort of like you are just riding sharks. So like you'll jump to a shark and you'll sort of ride it for a while, and as it starts sinking down or getting thrown out of the typhoon, you just hop to a different shark that's sort of on that same level. So you're just at the top of the funnel right now. Yes, Karhani, please make me a dexterity save at disadvantage because you are carrying someone.
Whack. Okay.
Right? Just rude. Just rude. Oh.
Yikes.
Okay, I am going to say, as Duraxis is walking up this water, shaping the water into stairs, and walking up these stairs, Karhani, you're there chit-chatting, and then suddenly Karhani isn't there anymore. Just
Yikes.
so now, Duraxis, you are scrambling up stairs trying to cast this cantrip over and over and over again. Are you still trying to get to the top of the funnel?
How
You were about halfway up.
Okay,
I'm
thank
just saying
you,
you're about
thank
halfway
you. Yes, I will. This time, just crawling on my hands and knees, just like crying because he's like, "Why am I here? What the fuck?" This
And
is so
I
fun.
am going to have you roll me a dexterity save with advantage because you are shaping the water, which is like deflecting the sharks.
20, thank God for advantage.
Right, so you are just scrambling. You don't even really know which direction you're going anymore, just up. Like they're just freaking out. And finally, hey Reginald.
Yes.
I would like to know, Reginald, what is do you have anything to stand on while you're up there?
No, but I'm going to do something really cool looking. Hopefully it works in the long run. I'm going to shape water as soon as I get to the water, a surfboard, and then just kind of like go all the way down, like flushed away.
Like surfing Pikachu?
Yes!
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's hilarious.
First I'm going to say, oh, hey, Rathon, you made it to the top!
There is so shape water will not actually make the water super solid. I'm allowing this
You
for
can freeze
Diraxis
water
because
provided that there are no creatures in it.
there are sharks in it.
I'm not freezing that part of the water. I just need the small part to create a surfboard.
So
Chat.
I'm gonna say
Come on, chat. Come on.
I'm gonna say
Back
you're
me
gonna
up
have
here.
to give me a better story than just I made a surfboard.
Surfboard.
I said the whole. I alluded to flushed away. I'll do it better though. You ready?
Yeah, give me the whole scene. You just teleported to the top
As you
of
see
a
me
funnel.
teleport to the top, I see Rathon as he's just kind of jumping on sharks, and I'm like, oh my God, that's an awesome idea. And I dive into the water, and you don't see me for a second, Rathon, and you're just like, oh well, there goes that friend. You know, that's nice. And then after a couple seconds, you watch as I like bounce back up from the water with the buoyancy of this board of ice that I create. And I'm just like, oh my God, I don't even know what's happening, but this is so cool. And I'm just like, scientifically, he knows that like angular momentum outward is going to like push him up. So he kind of like goes along with it a little, but like changes his trajectory so that way he spins downwards.
All right, I'm going to give you advantage on your
Yeah.
dexterity saving throw because I do love it. And yes, you may have the frozen surfboard.
Yes.
The island is fairly warm, so it's not going to last too long.
Okay.
There is
It is a cantrip, so I can keep freezing it if I need to. That's an 18.
Absolutely. Okay, fabulous. So you managed to avoid. You're literally like I'm absolutely dating myself now, but like the old like Gidget movies,
Yes.
like where it's like Surf Party USA.
Oh.
You know, like there's absolutely. Okay. So Karhani, where did you end up?
Well, there's just one little shark that I'm friends with that tries to get me every year, and it's like a game of tag that never ends. And so the shark noticed that I was currently preoccupied trying to help our friend Diraxis, when it saw the opportune time to just attack, and so it tackled me to the water. And it's fine. I'm fine. It's playful.
So what does this shark look like?
The shark is, I'm gonna say it's like this. I'm gonna say it's like this color blue with like all the striping and gradation and everything.
Nice.
But also, instead of a dorsal fin, it just has a frisbee. It has like a bite taken
Why
out
is
of
that?
it.
Like vertical or horizontal frisbee?
Like a frisbee with a bite taken out of it. It just looks cool.
Did this shark, like when the shark is not normally a shark, is it like a dog that likes to catch frisbees?
actually, it's the person that works on the beach that gives out all of like the,
Yeah.
it rents
yeah.
all of the fun stuff that people use on the beach. So
You got the boogie boards. Yeah.
yeah, they
Wait,
give
so
out
now-
the boogie
so
boards,
now
the
I'm sorry.
umbrellas.
We're gonna need to explore this for just a moment, just for posterity and world building to understand in the Feywild when one goes to the beach and meets this person, what are the things that this person is in fact renting out to people?
I mean, your standard boogie boards and like frisbees and umbrellas, but also knives,
Yeah, absolutely.
poisons,
Yeah.
Correct.
pinatas too. A good pinata on the beach is a great
Festive.
time.
Everyone
You
likes
know?
to get. What are the pinatas filled with exactly?
Blood.
That's nice.
Beautiful.
That's good. I'm going to say that they also give out. You can also rent out fairy dragons for yourself or others that can be instructed to either give compliments or insults.
Oh, absolutely.
They-
And, one of
Get
those,
read while you're reading on the beach.
absolutely. Because reading is what?
Fundamental.
It's true.
I'd like to think that they also sell those little balls that are on a string that you attach to your leg and do like the little skipping things.
skip
Yeah.
it?
Oh yeah. The
those
skip
things,
things.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
hurt me. You just hurt me, Lando.
Is that an old
Yes.
thing? Is that an old thing? It's not an
It
old
is.
thing,
It's a
right?
very old thing.
They still have them.
Get
Depending on where you
back!
go, you can still get those souvenirs.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
God, no! Unacceptable.
I went
So,
saw that
I had
myself.
to skip it.
I had to skip
so
it.
I would like to know, Karhani, which of those things has just come sort of pouring out of this shark's backside? Because this shark was transformed with all of their stuff with them.
Pouring out of their backside?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is it
Make it something
poisons? Is it a pinata?
Is it
Is it a bunch of
knives?
fairy dragons?
Boogie
Bunch
boards?
of knives?
I think today it's the boogie boards.
Okay, fabulous. So,
So that you have
All
like
of
a
a
soft
sudden-
landing instead of just smacking and breaking your bones on flat water,
yeah, now there are just boogie boards up in this typhoon. No one except Karhani knows where they came from. There's
Listen,
Draxus doesn't even know what those are.
Reginald is not one to look a gift boogie board in the mouth. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
grab one of
Well,
them.
So the issue is that the boogie boards are solid. And
Yeah.
so now it's not just sharks that people are dodging. There are now boogie boards just implanting themselves. Like you see them, like the winds are fast enough that you now see like boogie boards just like impaling rocks, like just digging themselves into it, like getting stuck in trees, like in the actual trunk of a tree over and over.
Just knocking the crap out of you.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
The little string part like flies and like ties around someone's neck, and then just their head's gone.
Fuck. Damn.
Like,
Okay,
wow.
yeah.
It
That's
wouldn't be the
interesting.
first. It wouldn't be the first time that death happened in the Feywild. You'd be surprised.
Really? That's interesting.
Well,
We're just having a
shit
conversation. I
happens.
just imagine we're having a conversation while we're just like going around this typhoon. Just like, that's really cool.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Bring it around.
as you are all jumping and casting and crawling around this typhoon. Not how I saw this going.
Tell us
but
what happens,
sure.
man.
You notice that the typhoon itself is now starting to head down to the ocean. You are getting closer and closer to the waterline. You are now seeing hundreds and hundreds of pirates heading out to the docks, trying to unmoor the ships and get them away from the island. What are you going to do?
Question: where is Leviathan in all of this?
Leviathan is down towards the bottom, but sometimes will sort of like pop up in the middle of it.
Okay,
and
so he's
sort of
within
like
this structure.
look at everybody. Yeah.
This
Leviathan
structure.
is Leviathan is the sort of heart of this.
Okay. I am going to, because my staff can let me cast speak with animals. I am going to kind of like stick it into the water and just speak into the top of it like a microphone and use speak with animals and try to ask the sharks, hey guys, anyone know like where we're going? Like what's the plan here? Kind of asking for everyone else.
None of them know. They're just along for the ride. They know that it's just, oh, we're here to like, you just hear like all this sort of chorus of voices. Yeah, we're here to just, eat some people and, have fun up here. And then you hear a few that are pirates and don't really know what's going on. Just start screaming. Like they're just terrified.
Just
They have
terrified.
no concept of why they are a shark and why they are now in the air. Yeah, so
Okay.
there's not a whole lot. You
All
give
right.
me a nature check.
With pleasure. I've seen one nature in my life.
You did. You saw the one. You this will give you enough to know that you are that elementals tend not to have motivations aside from being what they are. This is an elder elemental. It wants to be water, and this is one of the ways that it wants to be water,
Okay.
and therefore it will be water.
In that case, I can see Reginald. Did I see Karhani up here?
Yeah, you can see all your friends.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna yell to them.
You can also see dozens of people still trying to climb the side.
That's on them. I don't care anymore. I'm not that good. My character's good, not that good. And I'm gonna just yell like, I think we gotta like talk to the boss man. Like, maybe he doesn't know what's going on. Maybe if you just like ask him nicely. And towards the inside, because I still have water walk, I'm just gonna like surf down the actual water, like trying to dodge sharks and then try to go downwards and try to find where Leviathan is. And just behind me, I'm just gonna leave like I guess no, never mind. I'm not. I'm just gonna surf down. They should be able to see me as I'm spinning around. No
I love
sharks.
it.
I'm just dodging sharks as I go, like pushing fins around me and stuff like that. And I'm gonna go try to find the
Absolutely.
boss, Mr. Boss Man.
And you can see sort of like a sort of sparkly patch of water that keeps forming. Leviathan will form into like this incredibly long sort of snake-looking thing, this giant serpent-looking thing.
Drax
And will
sees
occasionally
this.
sort of
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and will sort of occasionally pop up into the center, and then just sort of let itself dissipate into the whirlwind again.
Draxus sees this and he rolled low on his perception. He just thinks that Rathan got eaten. And so now he's like, oh god! Rathan, he was the only one that had any idea what was going on! Just
Everybody's losing it.
He's
Absolutely.
just,
Absolutely 100%.
oh poor guy.
I don't think Reginald heard what Rathan said, but I think Reginald thinks Rathan is trying to race him down to the bottom.
Oh my god.
So what Reginald's going to do is he's going to push himself off the wall of the typhoon and kind of aim for the center and just shape water, push himself off, and dive straight down through to the center of the typhoon.
Casual.
Okay,
Just casual.
so like 200 feet, you're gonna dive.
Into water.
What water?
The
It's
typhoon.
It's a monster.
Why don't you tell me what water you're diving into as you
The
are
water towards the
crossing
bottom.
as you are crossing the land towards the ocean.
There's water at the bottom of this typhoon, no?
No, there's not. There's like a stream. This thing literally sucked up the entire lake.
Oh, so all the
Oh,
water
I
is
didn't
kind
even
of towards
realize
the top.
we did it in a lake.
So
Your
all the water
what?
that we're on is kind of towards the top.
Yeah, it's just the
The
actual
whole
water. It's
thing.
sucked up.
Oh.
and
It's like a
funneled.
shell
So
of water.
So I feel like you don't understand the shape of a funnel. I feel like when I say funnel, you're not understanding what I am saying to you. It is a graduated shape. that
Upside
looks
down
like
code.
this.
Okay.
There is right.
So instead of diving all the way down, Reginald is going to try to get as close down as he can that's on water, and then I think I've got one more.
So I feel like you think there's a pool of water somewhere here, and there is not.
So there's no water.
It's a shell.
No.
It's a shell of water.
It is a typhoon,
Mhm,
which means think of a tornado, right?
mhm.
It's not
water.
like there's like a big wind at the
Puddle.
bottom of it. There is the eye of the storm, which is completely clear.
Okay.
Thank you.
So how far can I get down this thing while still being on the thing that I'm surfing?
I mean, you can go all the way down. You're just in the wall of it. It's not like there's also like water at the top.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
you're
then I can
on
just do
the
that.
wall of this thing.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
To be fair, though, I imagine it was already kind of in the ocean too, but I didn't even
No,
realize
you're
it
heading
was in
towards
a lake.
you're
Okay,
heading towards the ocean.
gotcha.
Okay. In that case, I just start changing my trajectory even more to just go down faster.
All right. Anybody else doing
Drax
anything?
is like, he's
just-
abandoning us.
He's
Ah!
still like screaming and then casting and then screaming and then casting.
In between screams,
Yes.
he's casting.
Absolutely. That is absolutely the thing that is happening. Yes. So you're about halfway to the ocean at this point. It's been doing all of this. This has been probably about a 10-minute process. Climbing the walls, dodging all the sharks, doing all the things, right? I'm gonna need everybody to make me, except for Rathon, I'm gonna need everybody to make me another dexterity saving throw. Karhani, you do not have disadvantage this time.
I'll use my inspiration because that was awful.
Oh, yeah, that was. That
Dude,
sure
what was that?
Do I get
What-
advantage
what
because
is
of
that
the
roll?
shape water or no?
Oh,
Little
look
one-time
at
thing.
that. Look at that dirty 20.
Oh, that was
That's
inflict wounds.
dirty. It is dirty.
Wow,
20.
just awful.
Oh, still not great.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do.
I got a 4 and a
comes-
5.
Wow.
Reginald is not doing good right now, guys.
No. Well, Reginald's also drunk and in the middle of a literally
Yeah.
in the middle of a typhoon.
He's having a
So-
good time.
It's gonna have multiple kinds of times. That's
Yeah.
for
All
sure.
right, so
Multiple pieces
Karhani
of
got a
him time.
20. What did Reginald get?
A 5.
A 5. Rathon does not need to make one. Duraxis, what did you get?
14.
So, Karhani, you start ducking and weaving around people as you're trying to have a conversation with your friend who's a shark. The other two, you get Duraxis, because you got a 14. You didn't quite make it, but you're not like in the mouth. You, as like a shark comes through and just whips you with its tail, and you just go flying out of the typhoon.
Oh god.
There's Reginald. You rolled lower than a 10, which means you are now battling a shark.
Am I like bobbing like from the side of the wall, and we're just like Street Fighter style?
No,
Like,
no. This shark is attempting to currently eat you. Like it's almost got your leg in its mouth. Yeah, it's not super fun. Not super fun for you. So tell me, what are you gonna do now?
Is it so? Did it hit me, or is it
Oh, yeah.
trying to hit me?
No,
it hit me.
it hit you. I'm
Okay.
gonna give you a second to see what you do.
So, as it hits me, what you guys see if you are nearby, a spark, and then like a huge bolt of electricity around me, as Wrath of the Storm activates, and just lightning goes and dissipates from my body.
Oh, I'm
All
dead.
right.
Thanks.
Everyone dies. All right. So as you do this, it how much damage does it do?
Let's see. Let me roll it. Just 7. Wow, that's kind of low, but
7 damage. Okay. This. It's enough to like confuse the shark and get it to sort of back off again and sort of fly off in whatever direction it's going to fly off in. You are still now falling because you had to do that instead of maintain your surfboard. So there is you're caught in the winds now.
the winds, you
Duraxis, do you
say.
want to do anything?
I'm like tumbling through the air, right?
You are.
Oh god. Give me 1 sec while I look up the stat sheet of something that I've seen. Sorry. Can you come back to me in just a sec? Is that possible?
Sure.
Okay.
Karhani is having a lovely chat. And Rathan, what are you up to at this point?
How close am I to the Leviathan? Because I have no idea what everyone else is doing.
So technically right now you are inside Leviathan.
Oh, sick. Okay. Like around
Leviathan
like his
is
area.
big enough that it
Surrounding
essentially,
like the outside.
well, it's not just surrounding it, it's a water elemental. So while it will sometimes look like a giant serpent, it's really just water.
Oh,
So
I understand.
It
Okay.
is the whole thing.
I see. Okay, perfect. So now that I'm closer towards the inside, where I guess it's denser, it's rougher, the water is probably like rushing way more. There's more white rafts and everything. At this point, speak with animals or whatever, I'm just gonna yell it in like 5-6 different languages to see what I can get done. Just be like, shark, El Sharko, Sharky, like it just like in like 500 different ways to see if I can get the big guy's attention.
So Leviathan essentially ignores you. You realize that it does not have any languages.
Mm-hmm.
That even primordial is so young that Leviathan just has no idea what it is. Leviathan speaks in the voice of what would have been called true speak before. It is the language of the fundamental universe. When Leviathan, this is Leviathan playing, and every motion is part of its language. Its language is not a sonic thing. It is a 4-dimensional dance of sound and music and motion that is essentially impossible for someone who's less than like 10,000 years old to really begin to comprehend.
Perfect. Because then after that, after like a couple of moments, and I just don't see anything or realize anything. I'm just like, fine. And so while I'm gliding, I'll go and grab onto one of the sharks, and I'm gonna like hold onto its fin as it's like circling around, so I can get like a real proper mount, so I don't have to like focus on the water. My hair, like my flaming hair and my eyes, are going to tint completely dark black jet fire. And I'm going to sigh heavily and be like, I hope they're better at this than I am. And I'm going to use my Fountain of Youth spell that you gave me for Charm Person, and try to use my connection with Sune and the other god that's in the fountain now. What's her name again? Sorry?
Glacia. And
specifically, I'm trying to use her domination, her dominating spirit, to try and communicate, or at least forge some sort of connection along with the elemental, and try to.
So you're essentially trying to dominate monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Through Glacia.
As you do that, you feel it's sort of like starting to penetrate, and then Leviathan seems to understand that something is happening to it, and you just feel it shut you out.
All right, and then in that case, like, my hair just goes back to normal, and like,
darn it.
Well, yeah, I'm out of ideas.
That was one of its legendary resistances. So
like, well, that's about all of ideas that I really got. I'm gonna slowly try to climb sharks all the way up. Back up.
Fabulous.
Maybe I'll just yell for the gang.
So right now, all right, Duraxis, we're back to you.
Yeah, so Duraxis is like spinning through the air, like freaking Team Rocket blasting off. He's just like spinning and just and he's gonna be like, okay, and he's gonna like cast the spell. He's gonna cast it on himself, and he's gonna turn into a giant vulture and just try to like gain and just try to. I don't know how far away he is from the actual.
Are you flying towards Leviathan or away from Leviathan?
Out of the gale force winds that I'm sure, or above them, maybe. Probably.
Okay.
He's gonna try to stay close, but not close enough to get annihilated by a shark. Kind of fragile.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you were flying away, and then you're gonna try to like go up.
Yeah,
and
he's
come back sort of above it.
Strategically retreat.
Okay. Fabulous. So you are now above Leviathan. Flizzard. Flizzard is on the top of the funnel. You're flying above it. Karhani, where are you?
I passed the check, so apparently I was having a conversation.
Yeah, so you can still be discussing with your friend who works on the beach.
Oh yeah, do you work out? Like, how's the past year been, man? Like, how's Carol doing? How are the kids doing? Oh, the kids are doing great. Oh man, no, just exactly that. And then and then Karhani like watches this going on, and she's like, yeah, I mean, I got mixed up with these doofuses up here. I ended up like adopting a dragon, and I got like some kind of like powerful whip from like a hot lady. It's it's been a really interesting 6 months. I've been on this journey that like I don't quite and it's just like small talk that you would have with your neighbor.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm gonna say you're about halfway up the funnel.
Yeah.
Reginald, you're about halfway up the funnel as you're
I got hit towards the middle from that shark, and I'm just falling through to the bottom.
Yeah, so you all see Reginald sort of getting buffeted about by sharks and wind and water, as like it sort of looks like a really bad game of Plinko.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If I can get myself like out and towards the middle, I'll go for that falling thing again and cast Featherfall, because I forgot I had that.
I really should get that.
So how long does Featherfall last?
I'll wait until 60 feet, and then I'll cast Featherfall, so I just float to the bottom.
Well, so don't forget that you are in a space where there are active forces besides gravity. So as you cast Featherfall, essentially you just become very light, and now you start getting whipped back up the funnel, just carried by the water. You would, if you want to do that, you would need to like jump out from the funnel, in order for Featherfall to like, and you would still it would still be a rocky trip down.
Yeah, towards the middle, right? Yeah, towards the middle of the funnel, or towards the outside of the funnel.
So
I think
towards
it
the
technically
outside.
just arrests your momentum, but I like that way better.
Well,
Whatever.
what I'll say is that it arrests your downward momentum.
There you go,
Featherfall
yeah.
doesn't say anything about lateral momentum, so
It gives
rate
you a little
of
bird,
descent slows
bird
down
bone.
to 60 per feet.
It
50
does.
feet per round.
You hear Diraxis scream. Bird bones!
Bird bones! It takes all his effort and energy to say that as a giant.
Right.
As a giant. But he felt it was really important to say.
You while you were screaming bird bones, you accidentally incorporated it into the incantation for shape water.
no.
So now you have to yell bird bones every time you shape water.
Wait. Would because I'm not shaping water anymore, would it be the polymorph?
Oh, you're not shaping water anymore. So
No,
never
no,
mind.
yeah, because I'm polymorph
you're a
as a
bird.
bird.
You're a bird.
I'm
Now,
a
screaming
bird.
Bird bones.
Bird bones. Literal bird bones.
Birds.
All right.
I'll just use my last 3rd level spell slot to heal myself. That's all I got right now.
Like, ah! Just in mid-air, just healing.
Okay, fabulous. At
That's
this
all I
point,
got.
does anybody else want to try anything?
Yeah,
I was
Karhani's gonna. I was gonna say Karhani's gonna stop her conversation and be like, "This bird brain over here is having a little bit of a problem. Hold on one second. I need to make sure he doesn't die." And then I'm gonna actually take, I'm just gonna dash with my flight, with my flight,
Mhm.
and just fly as fast as I can to pick up Diraxis again to make sure that,
Well, Diraxis is a vulture flying
A
above.
giant vulture.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Reginald is the one that's falling.
He's a big
that's
bird.
that's what I meant. It's
Yeah.
Reginald. Sorry, Reginald. Yeah, and see if I can pick up this boy.
Fabulous. So as he is much lighter than he looks for now.
Good.
So we are now getting close to the actual ocean. Would any of you like to do anything, or are you just going to head out to sea with Leviathan?
Hey, Levi, what do you have planned this year? How are the kids?
Oh, he doesn't do much speaking. I tried.
I'm just gonna vibe with him. I think he's cool. Maybe he'll be friends with me.
I
How
guess
would
so.
you like to vibe?
You said, what is he doing? He's like dancing and stuff?
This is him like just dancing and having fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'll like prestidigitate and like kind of like pull up I'll shape water and just like play around with him. Just make some shapes, make some splashes.
Yeah, he's so big that he doesn't really notice.
Diraxis noticed, and he does an angry caw because he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Screwing around!
Just like,
Stop! Quit screwing around!
Quit screwing around!
match his moves.
Fix this!"
All right, you guys head out into the open sea. You see that most of the ships now have been manned by the pirates, and they are beginning to head out as quickly as they can. You notice that for now, Leviathan doesn't really seem interested in them But you do notice that Leviathan is interested in something else. Can anyone guess what that is?
The pirate ships?
So
The mimic? The mimic ship?
Aquafina.
Oh, shit. You probably think
Yeah.
she's pretty.
Yeah, Leviathan.
Yeah.
I mean, she is, but.
She's gorgeous. And now, because she has been utilizing her aquaculture and her magic, because she is such a powerful magical being, all of the oysters around her cave that essentially is the docks, all of the docks under the waterline are covered in oysters, and just on a regular basis, the oysters will like once a week, the oysters will just sort of open up and they'll just be like this rain of pearls onto the seafloor.
Just spit.
Yeah,
Damn.
and if you're there, it's a weekly thing. They've started celebrating it. It's called the Pearl Fall.
Yeah.
And and you can watch, they've actually hollowed out a hole above Aquafina's den. And you can literally watch as as the sun sets on a certain day each week, the pearls will begin to fall and Aquafina will just dance amongst the pearls because she loves them. So now Aquafina is not only this gorgeous pearlescent creature, she now has all kinds of pearls embedded all over her scales.
Nice.
She's very pretty. And this has attracted the attention of Leviathan.
Is she
Oh God.
running away? mean-
She doesn't really seem to know that much is going on at this point because Leviathan up till now has been on top of the water.
Gotcha, okay.
Oh no, she
And-
can't hear us. Her AirPods are in.
Yeah, right? So as this is going on, Aquafina is sort of like curious about the fact that there are all of these sharks in her waters now. There were not this many sharks before. And she's having lovely conversations with them. You notice that the top of this funnel is starting to sink into the ocean. And as it begins to dissipate, you see these sharks start just spinning off and getting thrown in various directions into the ocean. You definitely see several of them land on the decks of the pirate ships, sort of flopping around and trying to get to the water. But Leviathan, now, it is difficult to see him. You can sort of see a gentle glow in the water. And it is now heading over to the ancient sea serpent, Aquafina.
as the water starts going down and we see the sharks kind of fly everywhere, and I kind of look at everyone and just kind of yell, hope you guys are well, but I think we've officially perhaps partied too hard.
We officially did it.
Angry caw!
Yeah, you're right, man. I'm pretty tired too. Let's go before someone asks us to help us clean up.
I guess you can. Wait, what?
Yeah, man, I'm tired. Like, I'm done. Let's go home. It's,
All right. You take a nap, cave guy that we found.
Right.
well,
Cave guy that we found. Yes.
yeah, that's an
Exactly.
accurate description of how we met.
100%.
Has anyone like plumbed an elemental out of the water before? Like just plungered one out, or know a plumber that can like
Well,
no?
I mean, I know a guy that's done that once, but he's all the way back in Eberron, so kind of, it takes like 3 to 4 business days. Yeah.
I think about it for a second. I think
So
no,
sorry,
it's probably a
real
little bit
quick.
more urgent than that.
Right.
I'm I'm flying. I'm guessing Rathan's walking on the water. Karhani's flying. Reginald,
Yeah.
what are you doing in
I'm
the
with
middle
Karhani,
of the ocean?
right?
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I've got
okay.
Reginald. I've got Reginald
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my. In
I
my
was just
hands.
imagining like what
Yeah,
is.
so now
how is this happening?
Reginald's now sort of like floating with Karahani sort of like keeping them up on the surface of the ocean.
I'm doing a
what-
sprint backwards so that I stay in place, so I don't spin around. I'm like just like sprinting on the water in reverse, like on a treadmill. Trying to stay, just
Well,
chat
so
with
the
everybody.
whole funnel has now dissipated.
Okay, and then I just like stay on the beach then, I guess, before
Fabulous.
it goes on.
Okay.
It goes into the water.
Fabulous. So Leviathan is heading directly towards the docks. Is there anything that you'd like to do?
Guys, I'm a little out of juice. I mean, I could do like one or two nice things, but like we need a plan. I tried to use
Well-
Glacia to talk to the thing, and it just wouldn't budge. So I mean, this is power levels.
I mean, like, what's the problem here? I don't particularly understand.
That's what I thought too, right?
I'm
and then
confused. Yeah.
it turns out like the mortals are still mortal during Shark Week.
Well, I mean, what's the big deal? He
Oh.
seems like a nice guy. Like,
Well,
what's he gonna do?
that's actually kind of a problem because that kind of like defeats the purpose of enticing people over to the Feywild. So
Yeah.
Bad for tourism. You're
Yeah.
bad.
As you are having this conversation, you watch as an entire dock suddenly just splinters and is shattered as Leviathan just moves through it, like just ignores it as a structure, and it is just ripped apart as Leviathan starts moving. So
Yeah. Well,
It's so hard not to laugh when he does that. So many years of just laughing when he breaks something. It's just it'd be so rude if I do it now.
it's
Yeah,
like a
you see-
betrayal of character.
you see pirates and everyone just like diving off of this shattering dock, trying to get to safety.
So if we're now on the beach, Draxus is gonna drop his vulture form and just sprawl out in the sand and be like, what the fuck, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, Draxus,
I-
you were the bird.
I go down to Draxus and I pat him on his shoulder like, hey man, it's all good. Just
No.
remember,
No, we need
you caused
we need-
this.
we need to fix this.
You're the champion. Don't worry about it, man.
I
It's,
love it.
Take some pride, dude.
It's-
It's all
And
right.
as you get down to the beach, several of the hags come over to you. They're like, "Thank you so much. This is so much fun. I love this." And as they are congratulating you, you watch as another dock is just shattered, and Leviathan is starting to get closer to the fleet of ships.
We need to change this direction, or many more people are gonna die.
I mean, you're right. You're right. When
It's
people
sad.
die in the Feywild, it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, well, here it's not. It's kind of ass.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. I can cast like 3 more spells. So
Yeah,
I
I'm-
can't really do much.
I mean, I have like no life. I have like no spells. We have to do something.
Hey, hags. So like, it's done now, right? Like we can get rid of Leviathan. You know, like time here is a little bit faster or different than time in the Fae, right? So like, it's a week. Ta-da! It's done. How about we like?
It's a week.
Nice.
It's
It's
been
been
a
a
Fae
week,
week.
it's
so,
over.
The
How about we
calculations do
just-
add up. Yeah. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
actually,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Draxus pretends to do some quick math in his head.
I would like,
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
because you have 2 friends helping you out, I would like you to make a persuasion check or a deception check with advantage. Let's see if
Alright.
these hags can be convinced of this thing.
22.
Okay, 22.
That's not
Nice.
bad.
These
Good.
hags
Solid.
look at
Decent.
you
It's fine.
and they say, "Well, wow, I can't believe that Leviathan went a whole week. He was just a giant funnel for a whole week. Normally he does all kinds of different things." This is amazing. Well,
Mhm.
okay. As soon as the sharks turn back, then I guess we can get rid of that, because then that's when we know that it's been a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
Gonna
sharks.
nod with everyone. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
wait for
yeah.
the sharks to turn back. Yeah,
It'll
everyone.
be any second.
Yeah.
Can I do like a check to see like specifically if there's like some kind of core to the magic spell keeping everybody as sharks?
Absolutely. Absolutely, you may.
Oh, we're just gonna knock a
That's
hag in the back of the head, drop
interesting.
concentration. It makes so much sense.
What
Just
check
punch
do you
them
want?
all.
The lost Githyanki is available.
I was about to say,
For
I
punching hags.
I think I saw someone do this before. When I
For
first
those
came
of you
here.
who don't know, that's the tiny weird bit of lore that we have. In the market at the home base, there are 3 hags that like con their way in there. And because they pissed off the wrong person, they had one of their curses reversed. And now every time they sign a contract with somebody, a Githyanki who has been stuck in the ethereal plane for a very long time, called the Lost Githyanki. He thought he was going to the astral plane. He ended up in the ethereal.
Easy mistake, honestly.
He
For real.
punches the hags in the back of the head every time they sign a contract. So we have the Lost Githyanki available for punching hags. That is how that works.
It's a thing.
Hag upper.
So, yes, you may give me an Arcana check if you would
Okay.
like.
Is anybody helping me? I mean,
I'll give you advantage because you took part in the summoning ritual.
oh, dope. Yeah. Let's see.
A fair decision.
Yeah.
23.
Oh, solid.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
So-
all right. Hell yeah.
You recognize that the summoning of Leviathan is very closely tied to the shaping of the sharks. As you were watching your friends for a couple of the rounds and then participating in a couple of the rounds, you really got a sense of what was going on. And as you did that, you realized that the thing that is tying Leviathan to this plane, the thing that summons it and keeps it, is the sharks.
What does it say? Is
The-
the champion Diraxis?
Yes, almost. Almost. You were very close. There's so if the sharks all get turned back, then Leviathan will no longer be tied to this plane and will go back home.
Right. So what is the core magic that's keeping all of the sharks as sharks?
It is the hags and this huge canopy that brings the magic of the Feywild into our realm.
So they created the canopy.
They did.
Okay, so where is the center of this canopy? You see as Reginald takes out his notebook and he's been studying all of the rituals and everything, and he's connecting the dots. You know, you can see different numbers and runes popping up above him as he's like looking at everything. And he's like, oh, that makes sense. Here, let me see if I can find something. And I start trying to find the center of the canopy. What's keeping up the canopy?
Is this something that Karhani, actually Karhani and, why the hell can I not?
Rathon.
Rathon, yeah, I'm sorry. Is this something we would know from being from the Feywild? Or at least be able to help out with?
It's something that you may each make me a history check to see if you remember previous Shark Weeks.
Yeah.
Can I help them?
Because you get a little drunk, certainly. Karhani got really drunk on all of her Shark Weeks.
It's fine.
I shouldn't know anything. I'm done.
That's
with
how
this.
you're supposed to. That's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, like what do you I gotta bring this back. Nerds
Who
studying
wants-
at a party.
Right.
Who wants to remember Shark Week?
Unacceptable.
Remember how I felt, not what I did. You know, like that.
Rathon, you do remember every Shark Week that you've attended. The really interesting thing is that the hags are always like the Shark Week always follows the hags. The hags don't like approach the Shark Week.
All right.
The Shark Week.
I just look at Reginald. I'm like, yo, dude. So like, I'm pretty sure if you're trying to find out how to like undo the sharks, and just like give him a little point like this towards the hags, and just like,
as you're doing this, suddenly right over your shoulder, a hag appears, and she's like, "What you doing?"
oh, you know,
Fantastic. I
plotting.
wanted to ask you questions. I mean, this magic like is really impressive. So I wanted to know how you do it.
Yeah, hag. This is Reginald. Reginald, this is hag. She is the great hag of the shark.
She
You guys,
has a name.
introductions.
All of her sisters have names.
Introductions
You
have
can't just
been
ask
do.
people why they do shark magic.
You should learn from each other. You know, you guys
I
share
see
some
if I
details,
remember
and I
her
like
name?
step back.
So I think
There is, as you are chatting with them, each of you may make me an investigation check, since you're sort of now focused on them.
oh baby, a triple.
Ooh.
What'd you get? What'd you
A
get?
28.
Very nice. I
Wow.
like it.
I've been investigating them this whole time. They've been
You
doing
sure
tax
have.
evasion.
I have a plus. I'm so mad. I have a plus 11 to investigation, and I still rolled a 15.
Gross. There's yes, their names are Zeldot, Cluria, Havertail, Shublar, Gaunt, and Vakarta.
Oh.
So, yes, as you start looking, you realize that the shining water that you saw inside the Typhoon and underwater when it got to the ocean, there was a particular symbol that seemed to be vaguely outlined in that glow. And you notice that each of the hags is wearing a pendant with that same symbol. Nobody notices this but Reginald.
Would I know enough about magic that I could tell if this big ritual spell is controlled by all of them in a circuit or individually?
I'm going to. You've never seen a spell like this. You've never done a ritual this big. So, yeah, there's you can make the connection between the amulets and Leviathan.
Can I ask? I'm just gonna ask.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You have
Hey.
absolute agency here.
I absolutely love your pendant. It is fascinating. This is what keeps like all the magic working, right?
She looks at you and she's like, well, not this one alone.
Ooh. So if like one of them were to fail, like the other ones would like back up the magic. That's clever.
Well, yes, but if one of these was to fail, then Leviathan most likely would go berserk.
Oh, you know what?
Yes,
That makes
this
sense.
is, as you get closer to it, you notice that it seems to hum. And then a couple of the other sisters come up and stand near you. And you realize, as you are paying attention, that the hum in different tones that sort of shift and move is coming from these pendants. Make me a performance check.
Actually, how long has it been since I did the performance before?
The what?
We did a performance with the ritual. How long has that been? Because you said it's been like at least 10 minutes for one part of it.
At this point, it's at least half an hour.
Half an hour. Okay, let me see if my my borrowed knowledge lasts an hour, so I still have proficiency in performance.
Fabulous.
So
Okay.
this is going to be at a +3. My performance is.
Let's see.
Oh my God! Dirty
Let's
20.
see it. Very
Yay.
nice. You recognize this as a lullaby. You realize all of a sudden that all the planes that you've traveled to, there are always like different little lullabies, but like the thing that you hear mothers humming on every plane to their children is da 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 da. But it always starts with that da 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 da. That sort of reprise, and you can hear a very slow and gentle version of that in perfect harmony coming from these amulets. And you realize that these amulets are essentially a lullaby for Leviathan, and that is what's keeping Leviathan calm and playful and delightful, instead of that form of water, instead of the destructive, chaotic, stormy water.
And it's also keeping the sharks as sharks.
Yes. There is, you recognize that the sharks themselves essentially anchor the magic and amplify the magic. So every new shark that appears amplifies that magic, so Leviathan feels even better.
I'll share this with the group. I'll see it like, all right, this is what I know. I mean, I don't really know a way that I can speed up the transformation process of these sharks.
I mean, it'll happen on its own because it's been a week.
I mean, ideally, but sometimes things get messed up, you know? I mean, you can't.
You watch another dock just get completely destroyed.
I look at Reginald and I say, so like, does that mean we need more sharks? Like, if we had more sharks, theoretically, wouldn't that make the lullaby more lullaby? And
I guess he would just go to sleep at that point.
Yeah, what if we just got more sharks? What if we out-sharked the shark god?
I mean, if there was some way that we could amplify it by a large percentage.
Go steal all the amulet. Everybody's
a large percentage, you said.
And just yoink them off people's necks and make them to the sharks.
Well, I'm wondering if that's kind of on the right path, but maybe I like this amplification line of thinking where we should probably try to extend the reach of, or make this like the lullaby power a little bit more potent. But I mean, but what do I know? I'm just an assassin.
I mean, I agree. Like, that's
just
the goal.
We're assassinating
here's a question, though.
We're assassinating a shark god attack.
Where is it going?
It's true.
And like, why is it doing the things it's doing now? Can we like try to lead it away?
All right, it's going to. It's probably like historically speaking, just gonna go to whatever. Like, what do you do when you're in a good mood, right? You kind of go to whatever seems fun. Right, so he's gonna go nerd. It kind of just goes to whatever he likes to do. So you might see something pretty or like where everyone's partying, right? Because like normally we get ripped apart and it's ha hee hee hoo hoo, right? But like you guys are a little sensitive about that.
Okay. So how far away is the Leviathan?
Leviathan is underneath the docks, tearing them the fuck up.
How far away are we from them?
You're probably a couple hundred feet at this point.
Daraxis is going to, out in the ocean, is going to make the illusion of, the biggest, loudest party ship with just people cheering and just having the best time. and just it's gonna be like drifting away from the docks.
I'm going to give you. I would like you to make me an intelligence check real
Okay.
quick.
Do we have to establish some sort of pirate radio or something?
Oh baby, that's a
Radio.
crit.
Okay,
Ooh.
you realize as you are sort of watching this, you realize that Leviathan has not responded to anything above the water at all. There
Okay.
is he has not responded to any of the ships. He has not responded to anything that has happened above the waters. He's only responded to things that happen underneath the waves. So I will allow you to shift your illusion if you would like.
Yeah. I don't think Draxus would associate with Aquafina, but he's gonna do like a really cool. What's the? Because he's not gonna do a black dragon because black dragons suck. What's the chromatic equivalent in terms of
Bronze,
the water?
I think.
Bronze. Okay. He's gonna make like this big, beautiful bronze dragon that's like jumping in and out of the waves and like moving around, coming up close to him and then kind of darting away, and just like teasing him like a little cat with like the string on the end of the
Oh my
feather.
God. You definitely notice that Leviathan seems to be sort of following this dragon. And as you are doing this, you see a funnel start to form again. But this time, what you see is, while there are some sharks sort of up in the funnel, you see that Aquafina is actually riding the funnel and just like screaming with joy.
Okay.
This is so much fun.
Okay.
She is having such a blast. And now there is sort of this rain of pearls that is happening all over the island. Is your illusion going to join them in the water spout?
Yeah, but he's gonna make special care not to have it touch anything. Well, touch Leviathan, essentially.
Fabulous.
We don't want to give it away.
So there's now a bronze dragon and an ancient sea serpent playing with Leviathan.
But
are you
only
leading away-
after you kind of lead them out a little bit.
So you're leading them away from the docks and the ships.
Yeah.
Okay, fabulous. So
And
the
he's
destruction...
like sprinting as far as he can to get as close because he knows the rage is gonna give out pretty soon.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh fuck!" He's like, "I'll keep him distracted. Figure out what the fuck to do." It's just
you get to the shore of the water and you can feel your illusion start to falter because it is so distant. There's what would you like to do?
oh god. Is there a boat that's closer? Like out in the distance?
No, everything near you has been shattered.
Ah,
How long do I have?
I
before
want
it
you to remember
Okay.
what gets rewarded on this channel. Good stories. Leave your character sheet behind.
Okay.
Tell me a good
I've-
story.
Okay. With one of his gloves, he is going to maintain this illusion of the dragon, and he is profusely sweating because this is a giant illusion. He's never done one this big
Yeah.
or this elaborate. And the other hand, he is going to start casting why can't I think of the name? The frost, and do a frost across the ocean, and just try to run across the ocean doing frost, and like he's gonna like be like, and then do a little bit more frost, and just gonna like try to keep like the frost going. He's gonna get out as far as he can to where they're at a safe distance, and then just like perpetually just doing a little bit of frost to stay.
You realize that you're still not moving fast enough. The frost is getting sort of like bombarded by the waves and getting shattered. And as you feel your illusion about to crumble, suddenly there is this second wind that seems to hit you. You feel this power, so just desperation, this adrenaline hits you, and your illusion stabilizes. And you realize that now your gloves have gained a new power.
Oh shit! Yes.
All of your illusions that you cast are now their distance has been doubled.
Draxus is gonna like collapse on the little like piece of ice that he's made, and just like hold up his hand and just like slowly just keep the ice afloat. It's just like on it. But he's completely spent. But he's just holding his hand up. He even makes a little ramp of ice to rest his arm on to keep it up. But he's
I love
got
it.
basically nothing left.
Okay, so we now have an Elder Elemental, an Ancient Sea Serpent, an illusion of a giant bronze dragon.
All right.
It's, oh my god, you know what I just realized? It's actually Puff the Magic Dragon.
No!
Lived by
Yes!
the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist. Like this. In the land of Briny Bridge, apparently. So
Kesha exists
Good.
here. Puff the Magic Dragon lives here.
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the Feywild is where stories come from, right? So there's... All right, fabulous. I think right now, having given that delightful little treat to one of our players, is a fabulous place for us to take a little break. So
Yeah.
we're going to take a
Alright.
little 5-minute break. And remember, if you'd like to help us support the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming, you can donate right here, and it will help the party out in all kinds of fun ways. So we will be back in 5 minutes. Enjoy your break.
All right, see you in a sec. Bye.
Yes. Hello again.
We
For those
back.
of you just joining us, we're in the middle of Shark Week, which in our situation means a bunch of hags summoned an elder elemental called Leviathan, after turning everybody into sharks, so that they can create a Sharknado and play tag with each other, because that's what you do in the Feywild. That is Shark Week in the Feywild. Unfortunately, the hags are here in our world and don't realize that it's a little more detrimental to mortals to have a shark eat them. So currently, Leviathan is out in the spray playing with an ancient sea serpent and the illusion of a giant bronze dragon, all of them frolicking and having a delightful time as the fleet of halfling ships escapes. Total destruction at the hands of an elemental. So
I hold back another like cheerful giggle as it destroys another dock. Like,
well, it's away from the
Really?
docks now. It's
serious
away,
then. Okay. Cool.
like you.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
now,
back
like-
by Aquafina now. Yeah.
Yeah, you now see. You definitely see though that there's like debris in the spout now. Like
Oh, yeah.
there's.
I'm like watching one thick plank of wood just go around and around, and I'm just like, no, God, stop. It's not. It's not.
Can you just
funny
see in the
right now.
distance a little island of ice, and just like a poor drow, just like lying on it?
Yeah, just weeping.
They're actually just like, it's up to you guys now.
Oh.
Up close and personal to one of these hags, and he's kind of like drawing the runes and everything, and he's like copying what their necklace looks like, and I'm just like, oh, excuse me for a second, and then I just tap it once, one of the necklaces once, just like, interesting, and then I just kind of go and sit down, and I'm like,
So as you copy that rune into your notebook, it starts to sing.
this
And
is
you realize
perfect.
that this is part of the language of the universe that the elder elemental listens to.
All right,
Wow.
I think I have an idea.
That paper just sung.
I would love to hear it.
Listen, Rathan, you still have that necklace, right?
Necklace?
Yeah, you were like trading stuff with people.
Oh yeah. I got my charms.
Yeah,
up
yeah.
there.
Can you
Got-
come
of
over
course
here
I got.
for a
I got
second?
shark charms. Got my
Yeah,
shark
so
charms
I
on.
sit down with my book and I open it up and I tap the parts that I just made, and you see the magical symbols of that language pop up around me, and I kind of recreate.
So I'm going to stop you there.
Okay.
If the language popped up, your head would explode.
Hmm.
You absolutely, like I said, 10,000 years to understand a few letters of this language. This is the language that birthed the crystal spheres. This is the language that birthed the gods. That is what this primal elemental, this elder elemental, listens to. So no,
I
the
don't
language
have to
does not
understand it.
pop up.
My manifested mind has to understand it.
No, it doesn't. Attempting your manifest, I totally understand what you're trying to get to. What I'm telling you is, if you attempt to get more than one letter of this, which is what they have,
Okay.
you attempt to get more than one letter of it, your spell book is going to go up in flames and your head's going to explode. You cannot handle it.
Yeah, what's
So,
wrong with going up in flames?
I just want to focus on the part that has to do with the sharks. That's still the same deal.
The what?
I just want to focus on the spell that has to do with the sharks. That's still the same deal.
So all you have is this rune.
Right.
That's what you know. That's what you got.
Now, do each necklace have a different rune on it?
Nope, it's
No,
all the same.
it's just the
rune.
same rune. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do? Write it on my and pierce it onto one of my things?
Well,
Yeah,
what I
tattoo.
was going to attempt to do was take the effect of changing things into sharks and change it into a gift for your necklace, but I don't think that's going to work out very well. Obviously, if my head's going to explode.
Well, no, you can create that rune. That's what you've got now. You can create that rune. It's when you say, I'm going to create the alphabet, because literally that would make you a god. If you had the ability to utilize this alphabet, you could change reality into whatever you
I just
wanted.
wanted to pop up what I had.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's only the
rune.
one room. That's why I was asking.
Okay, yeah.
So you only have, you don't have to worry about that. Unless you
So-
find more and then attempt it, in which case he told you so.
Told
Okay,
you
so
so.
instead of that, I'll take. Can I copy the magic from what Rathan has, or is that the same language?
What do you mean?
The necklace. Can I see if I can copy that effect?
Copy the effect of the anti-shark necklace.
Yes.
So what that necklace is it is something that holds your form so that you won't shift.
By absorbing energies, right? You said that?
Yeah, it just makes you immune to this. Okay, there's a lot of dead air happening, so I'm gonna need something to happen
Oh.
at this point.
Sorry, I'm the
I'm up
Dayquil.
for
I
ideas
just
too.
I was just waiting for that, but I am going to put my hand on one of the hags and just be like, so can I like borrow that? Can I just like borrow the necklace and just take a swim,
And she
I
looks,
guess?
she's like, no. Oh my goodness gracious. My necklace. Oh. And you see that there's just like it is like it's borderline offensive
Oh,
for you to ask that.
Yeah, but
Maybe-
like,
maybe not borrow, but maybe perhaps we could make a trade.
She looks at you and she says, well, I mean, we can. Are you talking about the rune necklace that each of the hags has, or are you talking about the necklace that stops you from becoming a shark?
I'm talking about the
That
rune
the other people
necklace,
have.
the humming rune.
The rune necklace, yeah.
Yeah.
She looks at you and she makes it very clear that you will never get this. That she and
Oh.
her sisters guard these with their lives.
Okay, well that's fair, I guess.
All right, so like, I actually have a trade that might work. So what if I took the necklace, right? And I know you don't like this trade, but I gave it back to you after I put on a better show than you've ever seen during Shark Week. Have you ever seen somebody swim into the Shark Week, into Leviathan, and put Leviathan to sleep in front of everyone? I mean, like, that's a literally once in a lifetime opportunity. That would make it the most memorable Shark Week ever, and it would have happened on the mortal plane. Think about it. There's even consequences this time. How exciting is that?
They look at you and they're like, how are you going to get him to sleep?
I'm not gonna like ruin the surprise for you. Like, come on.
Okay, so above table, like, how are you actually planning on getting him to sleep?
I thought that if I take a thing and he takes a copy of it and we just started going in with like these runes right up to his body, they would exhibit more power. And
They were already surrounding him. Like you recall that when he came out of the lake, all of the hags were directly around him. So it's already been in that proximity. So you know that that's not a thing that's going to happen. There is the amplification of the symbol can be done given what you have seen now, the various things that you've seen and spoken about. You realize there's sort of two ways to amplify the symbol. One of them is it looks like even drawing the symbol on something adds to the music, right?
Okay.
And you now know that the sharks, if there are more and more and more sharks, they will also amplify it in their movements.
Okay. So then I go up to Daraxis and Reginald. I'm like, all right. And
Raxus is there.
Carhani.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not there. Oh, I forgot.
No,
You're off
I'm
the
out in the
island.
ocean trying
So
to
I
buy
wait-
you guys time.
I wave in Carhani and Reginald. Like, all right. So like,
What you got, our man?
we'll take the runes, all right, and we'll make the sharks do the rune shape, and then you can also write like bigger runes inside of the water using like the debris and stuff like that. It'll work. Trust me. It's a totally Fey thing. Like that's
All right.
Fey logic right there. What do you think?
I think you're muted, Amber.
No, I love that idea, and I wonder if I have enough paint too that maybe I could like draw the runes as
my
well
God.
as extra.
Put it everywhere.
I have a
Just-
spell slot for it.
Yeah, put it everywhere. No, it's a great idea.
You want this
Yeah.
rune everywhere? Okay, let me.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
just point up to the sky, and I just draw it up in the clouds.
That's what's
Um,
up.
How long does Skywrite take to cast?
For the ritual, 10 minutes.
Okay. There is tell me, how are you writing it? Like, what's it going to be formed from?
So, when you guys saw Reginald do his skywrite before, it was a lot of swift motions because he was doing it quickened. But you see now, he realizes that he can't do it like that. So he pulls out of his pocket a Eberron dragon shard, which is used in the amplification of any magic cast with it. And he just points up, and you see it glow and start to shake. And it just cuts. Instead of creating a cloud version of this, it cuts with a purple arcane glow, just a complete picture of this rune right in the sky as it cuts like sparks and shards of arcane energy just drift down to the water.
As you use this spell over the course of the 10 minutes, it is much more difficult than it should be. Roll me a Constitution saving throw to see if you can maintain your concentration on this.
Can I do it with advantage since I'm using a focus specifically made for amplifying? No?
This is incredibly powerful magic.
That's just a
That
9.
and you do not understand how powerful this magic is.
Can I give him my inspirations that I have?
You absolutely can.
Go Wheel of Chaos. Go ahead.
Let's see. Oh my god! Oh my god,
Very
Rathon's
nice.
an OG!
Okay.
Natural 20.
God
That's
bless
As
the Wheel of
you-
Chaos.
As you begin casting this, and as like Karhani and Rathon are out there like using the debris to create more of these symbols and sort of writing it everywhere, you start skywriting it. And what you see is, it looks like the symbol in 2 dimensions is being outlined in the sky. As it is, you start watching as mist and water from the spout of this elder elemental starts getting sucked up into it, generating this standing water in the sky. You watch the water begin to move along the route of this rune, and then you see something shift as the rune suddenly moves from the 2 dimensions that you understand and starts slowly swinging down, and there's a whole 3rd dimension to this rune. And then you start seeing it swing again, and you realize that the 3rd dimension of this rune is only the shadow of the rune. That this is somehow a 4th or 5th dimensional construct that you are creating simply by starting with the 2nd dimensional rune. You hear...
What the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Yes, you
Figure
do.
that in.
You hear something akin to the most beautiful chime you've ever heard. And you watch as the world begins to fall asleep. The Elder Elemental has begun to calm. The funnel is lowering itself. And to anyone who understands the arcane arts, anybody that has magic, you watched as that chime went. You could see a ripple in the space around this symbol that kept going outwards. Nothing happens for a few moments. And then you see everyone around you is asleep, except for the 6 hags.
It's just me, or is everybody else?
No, you all who were drawing these symbols seem to be protected by the symbols from this.
Okay.
But you see, like, the ships that were all sailing away are now more sort of drifting. It looks like nobody's manning them anymore.
Oh boy,
And
this is bad.
after a few minutes, suddenly the entire sky starts to shimmer, and you realize that this is coming from beyond the clouds. The shattered crystal sphere, the entire reef of glass, this thing that encases the world and the sun, the entire solar system. This shattered crystal sphere has suddenly rebounded that magic. And you hear it respond to this universal language. And because it is shattered, the music is dissonant. You watch as horrific storms start welling up. The earth itself begins to crack. There is a moment where it seems like this tiny patchwork planet might not survive. And then it is released. The spell ends, and the resonance ends as well. Anybody who understands arcane arts, you may make me an Arcana check.
All right. Let's
Damn
see.
it, I'm just stupid at it.
I'm
Ooh,
not
Natural
much
19.
better off.
big
Drax
numbers,
is
big
just
numbers.
he just does magic. He doesn't know how it works.
Yeah, Diraxis is, well, Diraxis is also very distracted right now.
Yeah.
Diraxis doesn't really see anything, neither does anyone else.
Neither does
Except-
anybody else.
or
Okay, sorry.
Reginald?
That's
Pull it
funny.
together, Mike.
Listen.
Mike, pull it together, please. You have traveled the plains. You've traveled many different prime materials as well. You know that each solar system is covered by its own crystal sphere. It's what keeps the phlogiston, the rainbow sea, at bay and allows for life to flourish outside of the phlogiston's chaos. You looked into the sky and you just saw that the crystal sphere here is broken.
What?
This is an impossibility. The crystal spheres cannot be broken by anything. Even the gods can't do that.
Oh, this is.
Oh.
Sorry, above table. This didn't just happen, right? This was
No.
Okay,
This is
okay.
part of the origin, but Reginald
Yeah.
doesn't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. So anybody
I
that would
figured. I
like-
was like,
anybody that would like to know a little bit of the origins of our world, the Patchwork Planet, you can in fact go read the short story here that we wrote that was in the inspiration for it, called The Reef of Glass. For those of you who know Spelljammer, you will know that every world, including like Faerun and Eberron and all of them, the world is encased in a crystal sphere, which is essentially like our Oort cloud. It is the thing that protects the solar system. They are impossibly massive and nothing can harm them. In this world, this was one of the first crystal spheres to be created, and it was shattered when the gods went to war with each other. You now, Reginald, you are going to every night have nightmares about the dissonance that you heard, because it's not just a sound. It is something that should never happen. But everyone who is attuned, which is all of you at this point, I think, who is attuned to a planar touchstone.
I don't think. Yeah. Other than Reginald. No. I mean, yes.
Now, Reginald's got the organ.
No.
It's
Oh.
clutch.
Oh, no.
It's Gulch.
Oh,
Gulch
Gull's
has
got
the
the
organ.
organ. Okay. So the three of you who are attuned to planar touchstones, you each recognized a different one of those tones. And as you start piecing this together, you suddenly realize that every piece of this shattered crystal sphere is connected to one of the planar touchstones. You don't
Well,
know why.
Like all the shards of the crystal sphere.
All you know is that your planar touchstone is associated with one of these things.
Uh,
Up to Rathan, and he's just like taking a joint out of his mouth and just like, damn. Did you guys like, yeah.
The hags sort of look at you, Reginald, and they're all like, what did you do? Like, they look down at their symbol and they're like, is that? Like, they sort of pick it up and they look behind it to see if theirs is three-dimensional too. They're like, what's going on there? What did you what just happened?
Uh, can I do a con save real quick to see if Reginald's like just stupefied?
You don't
is
need
that
to.
the-
You are absolutely stupefied by this.
Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah, I'm gonna roll.
Just
too.
slack jawed, looking at them like, but also kind of like that was fucking
Draxus
cool.
passes
but like,
out. I crit failed.
Just done.
The combination of holding up that illusion and the realization, he just passed out. Now he's floating on an iceberg.
Yep. There you go.
Uh,
Good. Good.
guys, when were you going to tell me that this place was fucking weird? Like,
It's the Feywild. What do you expect? I mean,
this
it's
is
meant
the
to be
Feywild? I
fucking-
thought I got out of the Feywild.
Oh, we're in the gates outside, but then they brought some Fae. They brought
No,
the
this
Fae
goes beyond
skybox
that
with
gate.
them.
That's. I just point up to the sky and just like, that's. Wait a second. Is the moon an eyeball? What? Who was
Wait,
gonna
has
tell me all
Reginald
this?
been living under a rock? Like,
No, he
I
just got here. He got here like 2 days ago.
to the
He
world.
was turned in, yeah, he was turned into a shark, showed up, got thrown into the ocean, didn't know where he was going, ended up in the underwater cave that you all ended up in.
Gotcha. I didn't realize his origin was otherworldly.
Yeah.
Or other
Yeah.
plane.
I've been saying Eberron
I didn't know
like,
that.
all the time.
Well,
I
you know, some of us are from the Feywild and don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck Eberron is.
It's just a
And I
word.
told you,
Ah,
like,
It's
when
either
I got
Fae or
here,
not Fae, you know.
that I got to hear from Eberron through the Feywild.
All right.
Draxus can't answer you, but yes, the world is fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I mean,
That
like,
up there, really messed up. Might need some explanation later. Not gonna sleep
It's kind of
tonight.
fucked. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Really, just I knew from when I met you guys, but pretty weird, all of you. Yeah. Just not normal sort, are you?
no, not me at least.
No.
And I thought usually I would be like the one who gets kicked out because I kind of wandered into this group recently too, and then like they're all pretty freaking weird.
Yeah.
This one watches her friend Dragon do it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I heard about
No,
that. That's really
I
strange.
don't. That
Uh-huh.
is slander.
That's what it sounded like when you introduced yourself. Okay, don't take it out on us.
Also, like I see
Draxus. Draxus, come on, buddy. We've been through shit before.
Draxus is not here. He hasn't been here for a while. He's out in the middle of the ocean.
He's
floating on an
literally
iceberg,
floating on an iceberg.
I mean,
Just-
the guy
just-
bobbing over there.
just passed out. You can't tell, but he's just floating on the ice.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to leave this conversation, to go save Draxus.
I didn't
I'm
know
all
he needs
for the
saving,
awkward
but
exit.
okay.
That's
you
Draxus pretty much always needs saving. That's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
So- So
You
like,
gotta
what
save
action-
his Draxus.
Yeah.
That's a knee slapper. So I
all
turned
the
to
chimes,
Reginald
what?
and I'm like, so what happened? Because like I got like a little ping, but like I don't know. But you did the thing, right? So like, is it done or what's going on now?
I look over towards the shark where the Sharknado thing was. Is it over?
Yeah. The sea looks calm. You definitely see still a whole bunch of sharks running around.
That all
so
clear
We all
itself up
expected
in a
that.
week.
There's and Rathan, when you got your ping, you heard and you felt that music coming from you and Daraxis and Karhani. And when that ping happened, give me a wisdom check to see how introspective you've been sort of in your existence, to see how much of this you'd be able to determine.
Let's get wise.
Let's
Did
see.
it go through?
Let's see
Let's
what
try this again.
happens.
There we
Ooh,
go.
a 22.
Ooh.
All
Not
right.
bad.
I smoke a good joint for this stuff.
You do.
A good one.
Nice deep
A
puff.
Yeah.
fat joint.
Big puff.
And you begin you may choose to fail this save if you'd like. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm so curious because you gave me the option. I'm so curious. I'm going to fail it then. If I have the option, I'm going to fail it.
So as you begin sort of analyzing what you felt in that just moment, that ping, your mind begins to wander, quite literally. If you had made the saving throw, you would have retained it. But your body just collapses onto the shore.
I willingly give my spirit to these thoughts and I spread myself out to the universe.
You begin floating above the world. And you are buffeted by the power of this reef of glass. You feel like your soul might get ripped to shreds by it, but you hold on. And you see that one of these chunks of glass that is literally bigger than the sun is yours. That the planar touchstone that you have attuned to has given you dominion over this. And you suddenly feel your connection to every other piece. You know the sphere wants to be whole. You are suddenly released into the rainbow sea by this. And as you cascade through your own soul, you see Karhanis. You see Daraxis. You realize while you are out here, you can tell exactly who has control of each of these, but you cannot hold on to this information. It's just too much. And as you flow out into the rainbow sea, you hear the song. This is the song that sang the universe into being. And you realize the song has been perfect forever. Every note of this infinitely complex song is a deed or a word that has happened or will happen. It is the entire history of the universe. And the song is sung by the crystal spheres. And one crystal sphere is broken. You know this crystal sphere will be whole again. And you know that the people that hold the planar touchstones will determine the entire future of the multiverse. They will choose good, or they will choose evil. They will choose law or chaos or neutrality. You are now one of the people who will determine the fate of everything. And you know that the people that want this for evil will stop at nothing to kill you and take this so they can reshape the universe in their own image. You know the time is coming when this crystal will be whole again, and whoever holds these touchstones will say what the universe will be. And your mind shatters. You wake up on the shore. It looks like just a second has passed. And you remember vague images of what's going on. You remember vague images of things that haven't happened yet on other worlds and in other universes. You are astoundingly confused. And anytime you attempt to put it into words, you will have to crit on a wisdom save to actually be able to pull your thoughts together.
All right. When I collapse, I would have collapsed forward. And so as my mind shatters and as I go through all these experiences and I get sucked back into my body, the moment I come back into consciousness, my body kind of burns ablaze for a bit. I have just like a bright red fire, very passionate, very anger, and it goes up and it goes down quickly. And I push myself up off the ground and I look around. And all of the cheer, all of the joy, all of it kind of just dissipates from me. And my character, my skin changes to winter court features. And it blues out a little bit. And I kind of just get really scared and confused. And my posture is smaller and my shoulders are going on. And I'm not too sure what's going on. I look around and I see Karhani and off in the distance. And I look and I see Reginald. And I look at him and I don't feel anything, and I look over in the distance to Duraxis and Karhani, and like my emotions are stirred. My hair flickers more. I'm not too sure what goes on. And I just think to myself, I think Cortan knows a lot more that he should tell us. And I just wait for them to come back. And I'm just like shaking and, visibly cold, even though we're on the beach.
Mentioned that guy before, the crabby wizard.
Yeah, that I don't know what I got myself into. I don't even know what I saw. I think there was like the touchstones had something to do with it. Should I make my save and try to see what I can piece together? Yeah. Wisdom, correct?
Yes.
Ooh.
All right, so close. As you begin to try to talk about it, suddenly your eyes flash every color of the rainbow, and instead of words, shards of multicolored glass just come spraying out of your mouth.
My shoes.
Yeah. Everybody who is standing in front of him, please give me roll me a 1d4, and that is how much slashing damage you just took.
Have
Not
me and
me, because
Karhani made
I
it back
flew.
yet?
I'm the
Oh,
only
then it's
one
just Reginald.
Yeah, it's
you
just
just
Reginald.
got
You know
got
what?
glassed.
I
You
get
just
just
got
got-
glassed in your ass.
Let's just call it a 4. I'm standing right in front of him, so I think I'll just
Yeah.
take max damage.
Absolutely. He just like your face is all cut up now.
Now you have
I'm so
another ranged
sorry.
attack.
Oh,
I just kind of wipe the blood off of my face from the scratches and everything.
Yeah, just to
sorry.
sort of give
Must
you
have had
like,
some
I'm
bone
gonna,
in my shark that I had earlier.
I'm gonna say that you try that again. You try to say it again and again. You fail, and this time, a pelican just appears on your head and falls down dead behind you.
Yeah, so sorry, like I was trying to say, I remember I was saying,
Wait, what?
the fuck?
So
Did
wait,
you see
what's-
that? Did you see the?
How much does Reginald actually know about planar touchstones?
Nothing yet.
Well, I know Gulch mentioned it before, but like I don't think
So
he knows
I don't know
what
that.
it is.
Yeah, Gulch didn't know anything.
Yeah, he was
You
like,
know, see?
he heard the name. He knew they were
Yeah.
powerful.
All right.
That was about it.
So I know I'm like asking a lot of explanation from people when I talk to them. It's a bit of a character trait of mine, I guess. What the fuck are you talking about? What's a planar touchstone?
The touchstone.
You know, I've heard it said before, but nada, zilch. I mean, big old goose egg.
So for those at home who do not know, in our homebrew setting, there is something called planar touchstones. It is something that I borrowed from 3.5, from Planescape, but they're very, very different in ours. They are places in the multiverse of incredible power where you can actually attune to the place itself in some way, and you gain power from it, regardless of where you are in the multiverse. For instance, Diraxus's planar touchstone is known as the luminous geometry. It is on Mechanus, and it is a function of universal law. So when he attuned to it, he became able to alter things by the golden ratio. Anything with a numerical value can be altered by making it either 60% larger or 40% smaller. Anything
Pretty
in the
great.
universe.
Last time I used it, I made a dragon have a big head.
So, he gives you the best explanation that he has about planar touchstones, so that you have as much information as they do.
It's the one coherent thought Rathon's ever fully had. This is one time. I can perfectly explain it just one time.
Let's say that probably the conversation was a little more meandering than that.
Yeah.
You
Right.
probably started with like, okay, so if you just look at this joint
Hmm.
and imagine that this joint is a thing that is, like it's powerful and you can use it, but you don't have to be. So think of like
You don't have to be holding
shoes.
it.
Imagine if
That,
like,
like,
places
you're not
had big joints and were big
wearing.
joints.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever he's
Yeah.
smoking, I want, like, as Amber, not as
Yeah.
Perhani, as Amber.
Absolutely, yes.
Just past that, man. We all need some right now.
I feel like we all need some Feywild weed. Just everyone in the world
Where do you
just
get
needs
your
a little
supply,
weed
man?
from the Fae. Just take a day. Everybody just needs to take one day off, smoke a bunch of weed.
I'm contemplating it.
It's just everyone in the whole world. Like,
Right.
Rathon's
thanks
just
for the
gonna
follow,
leave the adventure
crocodile.
and just sell his own weed in the mortal plane. Just
Absolutely.
be like, I don't need the world.
Absolutely.
See you guys.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is, and stop me if I get this wrong, is that I need to ask this Corton guy because he's the only one that knows what's going on.
Yeah, you should ask Cor. Honestly, like, I just walked in and they just exposed and gave me, and then all of a sudden I had the fountain, and now I got demon fountain power with. Like, honestly,
No, I'm
just
not
ask.
following, man. You said demon fountain and you lost me. I mean,
My bad.
Everybody likes a little demon fountain.
Yeah.
It's great.
sounds like a trip.
You know, flip a
Honestly.
coin in the demon fountain, make a wish.
Believe it
Absolutely.
or not, my life is a trip. I know, it's crazy. But yeah, ask Rainbow Man. He's probably gonna yell at you, then get pissed off
Rainbow
at
Man.
you,
That's
then
a
give
new
you a
one.
job which will lead you to knowing more about it. But like now I kind of think I know a little bit more.
Okay.
But I don't know. We gotta go talk to him.
Sorry, I know I keep asking questions, but last one, okay? Because it
Yeah.
seems like another bit of a theme for you guys. How exactly did you guys get roped into this job? Because, I mean, you found me in an underwater cave, and now you guys are like, we summoned stuff together and we fought a dragon. Like, is that typical?
Honestly, I was doing a little bit of tourism, just traveling, walking around, and I thought it was like a tourist trap. Honestly, I thought it was like, hey, you're in the market, come, fight a dragon or whatever the case may be. And I was like, all right, maybe this
And
is
now
just a cool scene.
Now you're connected to really powerful cosmic shoes, right?
Yeah.
Pretty
That's what you-
much, yeah.
Hmm.
It's kind of.
All right, I'm going to
yeah.
I'm going to jump over to Karhani and Diraxis. What's going on over there?
Drax is still unconscious, so.
Still muted.
Amber fully was muted. Anyway, Karhani flies over to find Diraxis just kind of like passed out on this ice floe.
Like some
And she's like-
drool coming out of his mouth.
You see that every single hair on Diraxis's head is now a slightly different color than every other hair.
His hair's white, so it's like.
It's now just like straight up every color imaginable.
What?
And no two hairs, it's not like there are streaks. No two hairs are the same color.
I'm like a snow
mean-
cone head?
I mean, but
That's
every
awesome.
color mixed together just becomes brown. So like
Yeah.
to the non-fey eye, you just have brown hair.
Yeah.
Um,
So you're a brown hair drown out.
Diraxis. Like she's just shaking, and then she's like, "Fuck, he's passed out. Jesus Christ." Diraxis, are you okay?
I'll just
As
five
as-
more.
as Diraxis begins to wake up and come back to consciousness, you hear a tone that is the harmony between you and Diraxis, your two touchstones. And each one of you, I need an intelligence check.
I'm gonna do a disadvantage
Yeah.
because I'm groggy as fuck.
Just a straight intelligence?
Mhm.
10.
Okay.
Oh my god,
Neither,
we both.
yeah,
Oh
neither one
wait,
of
that
you
was an
know.
intelligence save. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
You got
all right.
this.
Yeah, let's try it again.
Oh, baby!
Damn!
Yeah.
There we go.
That's
Okay.
what's up.
So Dirax is very groggy, has no idea what's going on. With a crit, Karhani, you recognize that there is still a huge amount of magic in the air. And it has something to do with your planar touchstone. And as the two of you get closer to each other, and it seems to have something to do with consciousness. So while he was asleep, it wasn't activated, but when he started waking up, the tone started building, and it literally creates an explosion between the two of you. You manage to figure out what's going on and sort of like steel yourself and control your mind, essentially control your touchstone so that it doesn't happen to you, but the explosion knocks Diraxis off of the iceberg that he's on, and he just sort of skips like a stone across the waves for a second before then sort of beginning to fall into the ocean.
The ocean is cold, so Draxus is now very much awake. Ah! Oh wait, okay,
Draxus,
I can kind
our
of
planar
swim
touchstones
a little
do
bit.
not like to be next to each other. You need to stay awake and stay focused. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Well, so the thing that you realize is that, and I'm going to give this to you because you got the crit.
Yeah.
What you realize is that the reason that explosion happened was because both of you were not in control. If both of you are in control, you realize that maybe your touchstones can work together.
Like,
Draxus.
Power Ranger morph.
No.
Well,
No.
it's absolutely depends. It depends on which planar touchstones and the situation. This is part of the history of the universe. Literally anything is possible.
Are you guys gonna be a Megazord now?
Oh, I
Yes.
was thinking Voltron.
Oh, yes.
Let's not go too far.
Magic sword. Perfect.
Draxus is like
Yeah.
he's like doggy paddling. What did you say? What are you talking about?
I fly over and like pick him up by like his, like underarms
Bird
again.
bounce.
Yeah, fucking bird.
His bird arm.
Bird bounds. Absolutely.
So yeah, I pick him up from underneath his armpits and like put him back on the ice floe, and I'm like, oh, okay. Do you have your planar touchstone on you? Something's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know
if
if
it works that way, but yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed.
Is it a physical object? I didn't think it was.
No, your planar touchstone is the monument in the middle of the
But
hive
I didn't take a
of
piece
the
of it.
Formians. No, so you
okay.
and Karhani, your planar touchstone is an actual dragon.
Dragon. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right,
so you're
sorry.
connected to it no matter where either of you is in the multiverse.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can't like lose it like out of our pocket or whatever.
Yeah, the only way to disconnect from it is to die.
Okay. Okay. Draxus, this is some crazy ass shit. I think.
What?
I mean, have you? What if we tried to make our planar touchstones work together? This sounds crazy, but
Yeah, you're
clearly-
not making sense.
well, all of this shit going on that's breaking the sky and everything, that doesn't make sense either, but it's happening. So we need to do something to, I don't know, be the gorilla glue that binds the universe together again.
I was a gorilla one time. Actually twice. What do you? What?
Can I like roll to backhand some sense into him?
Absolute. So now we don't roll if we're doing something with another character
do
in
it.
order to maintain
Do it.
agency.
Do it.
So you will tell me what you do to him, and he will tell me what his reaction is.
Okay, is it okay if I do this, Lando?
Yeah.
Okay, because I think like
Well,
Karhani...
here's the at this table. Here's the role. You should have 100% agency, as should the other person. What that means is that your character can absolutely do whatever they want to the other person, but you will have to suffer the consequences, and there will be no rolls. So
Okay.
if you say, I'm going to stab them, absolutely you're going to stab them, and they can say either I get stabbed or I break their wrist and slit their throat. No,
Karhani just wants to like wake him up because clearly he's still a little groggy. Yeah, she'd like across the back of the face, but it's probably not too much because she's got little hands. So it's probably like a mosquito sting.
So non-lethal damage is what you're
absolutely
saying.
not.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Wake
up.
Okay. And he like shapes water, like splashes on his face. Okay.
Are you okay, Draxus? I'm sorry. It just desperate times call for desperate measures, and I think the world imploding.
Oh, it's imploding.
The thing.
Where?
It's a thing.
How?
I point up to the sky. I don't know how, but it's happening. So
Did the thing leave? Did we do it? Did you do it? The elemental.
no.
I mean, is it
I mean,
gone?
you guys did do what you
Is it
wanted
gone?
with
Yeah.
that.
Well, it's something, I suppose. Are you saying about combining or like an ape? Something?
Oh God, you were just. Did
Yeah,
you have some of Rathan's? Did you have some of?
No,
Rathan's?
I literally spent like the last 20 minutes making the most complex illusion I've ever done in my life, while surfboarding into the ocean. So you'll excuse me if I'm a little bit disoriented. That was a lot.
It
So
was.
it's
What I'm proposing
Yep.
is we need to. I have my planar touchstone.
Yeah.
Is there some way that we can have your planar touchstone meet my planar touchstone and see what sparks?
What does your planar touchstone do?
It's a fucking dragon.
Yeah, no, I mean I get that.
But it's not a
like,
fucking dragon.
It's a fucking dragon.
Your dragon fucks a lot.
I
it
mean,
seems.
the
No,
most.
this is an issue. This is the thing.
I mean,
this is the thing.
I'm sorry. Her dragon slaps. Okay, there it is. I am. I'm going to interrupt this real quick to give you the rundown on Aulio, the soul dragon, born to a crystal dragon and a black dragon.
Yeah.
That's power.
Oh
It
yeah.
is.
Oh yeah.
Auliel. Here we are, Auliel,
She's just a
the
baby.
soul dragon. And
a
she is
little
just a baby.
He's just a little baby.
Resistant to acid, psychic, radiant, and thunder damage. Cannot be grappled, paralyzed, or restrained.
But
Blind
this is-
sight, dark vision. Multiplanar form. Auliel exists in both the prime material plane and the astral plane simultaneously. Her form seems to ripple and shift as various parts of her disappear into or emerge from the astral plane. This gives her the constant protection of a blur spell. She has multi-attack, as all dragons do. Her bite does regular piercing damage plus radiant. Her claws do slashing damage. And then her breath weapon is a psionic roar. She roars, doing sonic and psychic damage in a 30-foot cone. Each creature in the area must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, taking 68 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. On a failed save, the creature's soul is shoved from its body into the astral plane. It takes 1d6 rounds to find its way back. It has spellcasting, and as a reaction, it can cast something called Soul Seer. Using her reaction when Auliel is targeted with an attack, she can force the attacker to empathically connect to every other creature within 120 feet of her. Until the beginning of her next turn, that creature will take half of the damage of any attack targeting any creature to which they are linked as radiant damage, including Auliel. So when you attack her, you will immediately take half that damage back. This lasts for 3 rounds. At the end of each of its turns, the creature may make a DC 15 Wisdom save to stop the empathic effect. So that's her planar touchstone.
Well, that's the creature that is the planar touchstone. What effects does she actually get from the touchstone?
She gets to be friends with that creature.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Why
Yeah,
did you
that's
bring
her-
the black dragon and not that one?
Each touchstone is completely different from each other
so
touchstone.
does that mean like she like says, "Hey, dragon, come on, let's go fight these"? Like, sorry, just above table.
It's an empathic bond
Yeah.
that she has.
Yeah. I just that black dragon just happened to be a thing.
Convenient.
Entirely. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you like do something with your touchstone, maybe I can amplify it. It's probably the only way I could think of that would combine them. If you do something really cool, I can make it like, let's say, you could say like approximately like 60% more powerful. That's just like a
Well-
snowball. But like, I don't know if we like want to use it in the middle of an ocean. I'm kind of partial to being on the beach myself.
We could-
There's. Yeah. What would you like to do?
I was gonna say we could gather everybody, take them to the beach, and then go to the astral plane with my planar touchstone. as
You
the guide.
so I would like to know, as the DM, have you experimented with
No.
this yet? Okay, so you still have no idea. You know
Because
that
Black
you're-
Dragon took all my time.
So you know that Aliel, because of your empathic bond, you know that Aliel has a lot to do with the astral plane and has a lot to do with empathy and incredibly deep feeling, all of that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind.
Here, let's go. And so Daraxus is gonna like touch his head and just like teleport them both like to the beach next to Rathon. And he's just gonna like sprawl out on the beach and be like, okay, it's been that was really cold.
You see him like blue haired and kind of like shriveled a little bit.
Yeah, now he's got weird brown hair, I guess. He's like it kind of falls apart. He's like, what the fuck?
It's just, and it feels prismatic. Like as you pull the hair down, because it's so close to your eye, you can see how each individual hair is a different color.
Did someone do something to me?
You did kind of peer into the end all be all of time and space of this entire existence.
I did? I don't remember.
That can
Like that?
that can change a guy.
A little bit.
I look at him on the
But
ground.
my hair, it changed my
Dude,
hair. That was
same.
the thing that changed.
I mean, you looked into the void and the void said, "Get a new do."
I guess.
I've heard that happens sometimes.
You got rid of that yee
It
ass haircut.
does.
Maybe you'd have some plain stones,
Planet
planar
yeah.
touchstones.
Wait, what? I missed
You're
it.
right.
The universe was like, maybe if you got rid of that yee ass haircut, you'd have some planar touchstones.
Oh yeah.
Right. So
So we're like, Hani was saying something about like combining. I mean, like okay, like full disclosure, right? My touchdown is kind of more universally equipped to like interact with things. So if you guys interacted with your touchstones, I could just theoretically amplify it, and then like it'd be 3. But I don't know.
Wait, we're what's
I mean,
Skarhani?
it's-
What's your plan? What do you think? you
Yeah,
can
I
do?
mean, you're muted again.
Yeah, sorry, my husband was just
No, you're
asking me a
good.
question.
You're good.
So my plan kind of, I mean, I went over to Daraxus and I felt just this incredible vibration between the two of us. The tone of our planar touchstones
They got like
actually
blown
bringing.
into the water.
Yeah.
Okay. This,
I thought you were doing a
your-
trick. I saw that.
No, that was completely on accident. I didn't mean to do that at all.
Full trick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The planar touchstones, when pissed off, can yeet you around, but it's fine. So, so what I was thinking is, I mean, clearly something's going on to break to tear the very fabric of this universe, right? I mean,
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
so you both know that this happened millennia ago.
it's kind
That
of
this thing, you know, you get the sense that it's not that something's tearing it apart. It's that it's trying to come back together.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I had
yeah.
the opposite understanding.
It's been like
Okay.
that for
Forever.
forever. As far as anyone could tell. You just kind of got used to it, I guess.
Yeah, I
Saying
guess my
you're
next
saying
question
that the
to make sure.
touchstones are trying to make it fix it.
So
Yeah.
let me
Oh.
get this straight. You guys have these super powerful magic shoes, cosmic magic shoes, and you have no idea how to use them.
I have regular shoes. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I touched a thing, and now I can do like cool things.
And somehow
That was really expertly put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
this other wizard that you guys all have a grudge against or something, he knows more. Like we can ask him about this stuff. 'Cause right now
Yeah.
it looks like you guys are just kind of throwing things at a wall and seeing what sticks.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
we're not all-knowing beings of the universe. I'm a fucking
come
fairy.
on.
Listen,
I'm
the
a
only thing
little
I know
knowing
is that I
being.
don't know anything, so it's good to ask questions, you know. So
All right.
if we
So,
have the opportunity to do that, can we?
Above table, real quick.
Yeah.
Do I see anything out in the ocean where Karhani and Daraxis had that interaction, that magical interaction? There's nothing going on visually there, is there?
No, you were very aware, though, of when those two planar touchstones interacted.
Okay, so then I understand the context of Karhani's conversation then. So then I'll be like, my next question is like, so like, why isn't it doing that now? Like, what happened? What are we?
Please
you
roll
want
me
to
a
do?
wisdom save.
Wisdom save? Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Wow.
As you begin trying to talk about the planar touchstones, you watch as the ground beneath you just starts sprouting cacti, just everywhere. No sound comes out of your mouth. It is just cacti.
Oh, what the fuck?
Ow!
Ah!
Yeah.
Ow! What the- Ow! And ow!
And you watch one of the flowers on one of the cacti as it's growing like bloom, and there is a little butterfly that flaps out of it.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Anyway, so like, I got some new. This is like the weirdest curse I've ever had. It's like you know, you lose a bet in the Fae, and like, I don't know, some shit happens. You take a step, it makes a trumpet sound, or like, you know,
I
that
mean-
happens for like a week, or like you drink
can't
someone
say-
else's water, and like, you know,
It's
your
funny.
skin becomes prismatic, like, you know, like just normal shit like that.
What's normal?
This one's weird. This
Um,
one's
it's-
weird though.
yeah.
That's actually really funny. I think that's a good idea.
It's fun.
Make a trumpet sound every time
That's the
someone walks.
thing.
It's so fun.
Womp womp womp.
I really need to hang out with that more often. That's interesting.
Well, that's like, haven't you guys heard that that really famous song by the Smith of Arrows, "Fade This Way"?
Oh my
No?
god.
Oh my
God,
God.
go
That's
away.
what they're talking
You're
about.
fired. You're fired.
Smith of-
All right, back to the conversation now. So, you're discussing your planar touchstones.
So, like, yeah, if you guys could combine it somehow, I could, like, amplify it. But that's the only way I know how to interact with anything is make it, like, smaller,
I mean,
like,
my planar touchstone is
powerful.
a dragon that's linked to me empathically. So I need to just have certain feelings, and maybe this dragon will be summoned, unless I have a strong enough feeling of desire or wanting
Karhani, so Karhani in general, as you have played with us, I have noticed that Karhani is not really the type to think things through. She's the type to do things.
Yeah. Amber's the type to think things through.
Yes, she is. So, hey, Karhani, What are you doing?
Karhani is having a serious thought for the first time in her entire life. A serious thought.
Yeah.
And it's strong. It's
Yeah.
It's
What is it?
She's shocked that she's like, oh wait, hold on, I can actually activate my brain to do this kind of thing. So she's like there, kind of like shutting up for the first time, lost in thought, little fingers steepled in front of her mouth, and just thinking really, really hard about like, okay, well, what exactly can I do to bring this dragon here? What exactly is the secret to bring the dragon here?
All right. I'm going
what
to
if-
leave you with that thought.
Mhm.
Diraxis, what's going on with you right now?
Direxis is like, yeah, I still don't know what you guys are trying to do, but if you guys are trying to make touchstones like connect, I'll wait for you guys to connect them, and then I'll just go over top of that and make it more exaggerated or less.
So you are thinking about amplifying. I'm going to leave you with that thought.
Yeah.
Rathon, what are you thinking about?
What if I just gave Karhani a cup of Fountain of Youth water, and we just like took a real quick trip to Arborea? Just like that would be like a combination of planar touchstones. That's what Rathon's thinking about.
You are okay. So you are thinking about your physical planar touchstone.
Yeah, that's all he can imagine right now is like, oh, we're trying to combine them. So he's just thinking about the actual fountain itself, and like, what if he just took a cup of water? What would that look like? I just gave it. That's his entire thought process right now.
So as the three of you are standing there talking about and contemplating your planar touchstones, without a whole lot of sort of like directed thought or momentum, more just in a general sense, you suddenly feel all three of them trigger. Each of them amplified by the other planar touchstones with them. In this case, because you have the Soul Dragon, the Luminous Geometry, and the Fountain of Youth, you suddenly, for an instant, feel the very now sort of sleepy joy that everyone on the entire island is feeling. This very sort of blissed out existence because of the rune that got carved into the sky. Because that is from the Fountain of Youth, the ability to understand the people around you, that connection, that love of other people. Because Karhani is thinking about travel and how to get their dragon here. And because Diraxis is there thinking about amplification, you empathically connect to every single creature on the island. And you hear this beautiful tone as the three planar touchstones activate and shove everyone into the astral plane.
Shit.
Every creature on the island is now in the astral plane, with a silver cord connecting them to their bodies, including the hags and the elder elemental.
Oh, it's not gone.
No, it's just sleeping. It was just sleeping.
Yeah.
It was just chill. It was chilling out.
Fuck yeah, Shark Week.
Fuck yeah, Shark Week.
Is this
As-
normal in Shark Week? This is normal. Okay. Fuck
This
yeah,
is not
Shark-
normal in Shark Week. No.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
normal. No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
You
don't
are
know to
looking
believe.
around and realize that you are in the astral plane. Everyone around you realizes that they are in the astral plane.
Fuck.
and no one knows how they got here, and no one knows what to do. And with that, we will end our session today.
Oh my
Dear
god.
Lord.
Yay!
Holy
No way.
shit.
We end that just
Huge
in the
lore
astral
dumps
plane.
today.
Huge.
Yeah, you're just in the astral plane now.
Yeah,
It's just a thing.
It's just a thing.
There is. After writing the sky itself.
I can't tell if
Oh.
that makes Reginald lucky or unlucky, because he just keeps getting swept up in these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you the doctor?
Absolutely. Right? Right.
I guess so. You know, it's funny because like none of you have even like technically asked Reginald if he wants to join the group.
Yeah.
He's just kind of there.
Mhm.
I wasn't asked. It just happened.
Yeah, it's just fine. It's fine. You were doing some of the with the Dreamers and the Florid, and then things happen. But let us do. First of all, everybody hit ! Raffle so you can get some fabulous Phoenix dice. In a moment, we are going to raid into Carney's sideshow. But
Nice.
for now, let's do favorite moments.
Yay!
And hey, chat, let me know what were your favorite moments today. We would love to hear from you. So, hey, let's start with Karhani. Hey, Karhani, what was your favorite moment today?
I think it was just the general, hey everybody, let's look at this Sharknado and try to mount the Sharknado. And like the various ways we were all attacking it.
That was so delightful. Like, I can't even tell you. Like, it's one of those things as a DM, that was literally not a thing for me. Like, it was not I could not imagine, like, had not even entered my thought process that is a thing that people might do. But it was so glorious to watch
great.
you all make that happen. That made
Sometimes you
me
gotta.
so happy. Absolutely. Absolutely. What about you, Rathan? What was your favorite moment?
One, and watching everyone react to that, which was absolutely amazing. I was like, I look at my spells like, I got water walk. I'm gonna walk on this. It's just natural. Then everyone
It's a
else was
thing.
like, yeah, I can
It's
do
a
shit
thing.
too. I'm like, oh, sick, let's go. The other part was the dream sequence narration that you did.
All right,
Yeah.
you obviously failed
my
your
God,
save
yeah.
again.
Yeah, again.
And now just, a gray ooze is just going to come out of your mouth and just start
God.
attacking
Oh, God.
everyone. Yes.
But yeah, no, the way you did that was, I love the narration for that scene. It was very,
so good.
very
Yeah.
enthralling. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yay. What about you, Mike?
Figuring out and doing the giant skywrite rune and your awesome crazy narration of what happened in like 3-dimensional space there. That was pretty dope.
Yay, I love it. I like bringing physics into things. It's nice. It is. I will say that, like, as a DM, I very rarely will say because magic. Like, my thing is like, how does that spell actually work in the
Yeah.
real world? Like, what is Featherfall really doing here? Let's talk about that. And how do other things in the environment affect that?
Right.
So yes, it was a delightful moment where I actually got to like pull that in. I'm like, let's talk about 5th dimensional geometry, shall we?
Right.
Because that's really why people tune into D&D streams. 5th dimensional geometry. Come on now. What about you, Lando? What was your favorite moment?
Yeah, I mean, it had to be when no one else knew what the fuck to do. Rathan was like, I'm just gonna climb it. We were like, what the fuck? We're like, okay, I guess we'll figure out how to climb it too.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Because for like the first 30 minutes, no one was like, we're just gonna. Who knows what the fuck we're doing? I mean, it was probably even longer than that, but
None of us wanted to like try and kill it or anything. It looked fun.
Great.
it was just fine. It didn't do anything wrong. We
Yep.
just needed it to go away or be
Absolutely.
distracted.
Yes, I adored it.
Ugh.
There is, and Crocodile, thank you. Yes, that was super fun to narrate. That whole dream sequence was delightful. And I am really so happy that I finally get to sort of reveal what's actually going on with the planar touchstones. I've been hinting at it for like 7 months.
Yeah, it's been a while.
For those of you who have not been watching us for that long, 7 months I have been hinting at what, and this still isn't even the whole story about what's going on. There's so much insanity in store.
The lore level up is crazy, kind of crazy. We are.
Yeah.
It's so obsessed with it now. I can tell you, it's really cool.
I would like to announce here in the astral plane, as you have connected all of your planar touchstones, you all will get to level up.
Yes.
For next
Yes.
session. Yay.
Sick.
But for now, let's give away some fabulous dice. Oh, nice. Lando,
Alright.
tell me, who gets
All right.
Phoenix
I'm
dice?
close it up.
Who is
And
it?
the winner
I want to know.
is.
I want to know.
Hold
I
on.
want to know who it is.
The closing entries button is not working. Let me refresh my page real quick. It's not cooperating.
Yeah, it said no. No one
Okay,
gets
now-
any goddamn dice.
All right, so the winner is Wizard Magic.
Wizard Magic!
Hey!
Yay!
Hi.
Oh man,
I love
these
it.
things are
I love
awesome.
it.
I love.
Yeah,
them
you
so
get
much.
more dice. Send me a note, remind me in Discord, and I will hook you up with some more fabulous dice. But for now, I would like to remind everybody before we raid that tomorrow we go live at 11 a.m. Eastern time for the Delver Stream campaign, which is another campaign that we have here on the Patchwork Planet. On Friday, we go live with our Magnificent Mythologies stream. This week, we're going to be talking all about a fabulous Chinese tomb with 10,000 warriors buried with it. And we are going to create a whole adventure out of that.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, to support Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming. That is going to
That's
be
exciting.
happening next Thursday. We are going to be releasing our first Magnificent Mythologies, which is going to be A Stormy Wedding by Bashir Gauss. That is going to
so
be
fun.
absolutely fabulous. And next Saturday, please join us for our fundraising stream for FIG for the month of March. We're in March right now, right?
We
Time
are.
doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah,
I'm like, are we already in April? No, it's just
No,
March.
no,
It's
just
just
March.
don't worry, it's just March. We're going to be doing a 12-hour stream on the 26th, so definitely come and join us. We can't wait to do it. Come and help us raise funds for FIG so that we can continue to support more and more creators of color, more and more Alphabet Mafia creators and neurodivergent creators in our space. Remember that every dollar that you donate to the Foundation for Inclusivity of Gaming goes directly to people in our community. So, yay for that. We love it. And now it's time to raid Carney's Sideshow.
Let's do it.
When we raid, we tell them what we're bringing to the potluck. I am going to bring, because I'm the DM, I'm going to bring a Sharknado to the potluck. What about you?
I'm gonna bring.
My husband just made. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. Good.
Your husband just made a Sharknado?
No, my husband just made fresh frijoles, and he had me try them live like 30
Please.
seconds ago. So,
That's mean. That's mean. You didn't talk about that.
Kyle, you only live an hour away. You can come for taco night anytime.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no, we're going to do that.
Nice.
We're going to do some friggin' taco night. And now we're going to go raid Carney's Sideshow.
All right.
Yay!
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care.